you know you're going to get, you know, if you wanted some plain fabrics to go in that, you can get the plain to match the fabric. It's all there for you. It's kind of, they give you a solution, not a problem, and that's what's really good about them. But these are great. I'm kind of sorry to see them go because they've become like old friends. But the one you've got in your hand, that's my favourite, and the
vintage.
Yeah, and the retro is Michaela's favourite.
Right.
Which is so unlike Michaela, it's untrue.
Do you know what, all the years I've been here and shown maybe quilts that have been made from, say, Moda fabric, there's a distinctive difference the way that quilt feels. It's just luxury to the touch. It really is. So if you want luxury fabric for a project that means an awful lot to you, I'm sure all your projects mean a lot to you, Moda is the way to go. We've got very busy phone lines and very busy website as well at the moment, but if you want to order, pop them in your basket and check out. $14.99 is all you'll pay this hour only. At the stroke of 6 o'clock, we're going to have a busy launch. John Lockwood is here with a brand new one-day special, and Janice will be doing that with you, but this one-day special will be over, and this happy hour deal will also be over when the new one-day special starts.
Right, so I'm on my satchel.
Right.
And I don't know whether any keen-eyed viewers have noticed, I'm using a slightly thicker thread than normal.
Right.
And again, I thought about, you like the Cambridge satchels? I thought about what makes those, you know, unique and stand out, and it's the stitching, isn't it?
I suppose it is.
And I thought, well, so I mean, you don't have to.
Make a feature of the stitching rather than it just blend away.
You don't have to. Now, I've discovered, I'm on a voyage of discovery today. So the thread I'm using here, it's a 12 weight, just for the you know, the detail bits. So joining the pocket together, stitching the pocket down, putting the tabs on, and the sides. So on this machine I'm managing quite nicely with I've got it on, I haven't put it on the bobbin for this bit, but on when I did this I've managed quite nicely with this 12 weight thread. So that's a 12,
okay,
and that's a 50 weight, which is the regular sewing thread. So this machine, it's liking 12 weight top and bottom, and it's not a problem.
There's a big difference in the thickness of the thread, though, isn't there?
The machines that I have at home can't cope with it.
Right.
So those machines, we've used the regular sewing thread in the bottom and the thicker one in the top.
Right.
And if you take your time and a longer stitch length, you'll be absolutely fine. And
if I just show you as well, on this finished satchel that's in front of me, if you look at where the stitching's been done on the side, Anthea and the team have actually made a feature out of that. Not only is it in the yellow thread, which stands out against the grey and teams up beautifully with the pattern, but it's in a crisscross design. So why not show off the thread? Make it a design feature.
Yeah, well, that one, I was going to insert the sides in the same way that I've put the pocket on the front. But we were struggling to get both bits under the machine, and I thought, you know what, if I'm struggling and I've got a better machine, then if your machine, and you know, let's be brutally honest, not everybody's got the top of the range machine, and that's fine. But I'm setting people up for a fail.
Yeah.
So what we did, we hand stitched it, and we did a diagonal stitch, like down, 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 all the way around, and then we came back so that it formed crosses.
Right.
And it just made a pretty pattern. And we really liked it, and actually it also made the bag wider, because had I joined it wrong side to wrong side as I intended, I'd have lost ½ an inch with the seam allowances, because they would like go down the side before they came across. So doing it that way, we did gain ½ an inch, which was you know, a bit serendipitous.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, I've gone one step too far, so we'll just go back one.
And is tweed really nice to sew and work with? Is it a nice fabric to actually?
It's very, very forgiving.
Good.
Yeah, very forgiving is kind of the, you know, whatever you do, you don't have to try that hard with it. So it elevates your work into like a new place, somewhere that, you know, somewhere cotton doesn't quite reach. And don't get me wrong, cotton is our backbone. In fact, someone came in the shop a few weeks ago, Dot. Hi, Dot. So they've been chatting about us in the Wednesday morning sewing group.
All right.
What were we going to do when tweed went out of fashion?
Well, tweed never goes out of fashion, does it?
No, I think I'll retire. I'll be that old.
Well, I remember to put the tweed waistcoat on today because yesterday I forgot to do it. So, flying the flag.
And I was impressed. So there you are, Dot. Next Wednesday. That's what you can tell everyone. So I'm going round and I'm not actually making too much effort at being tidy because I quite like that. You know, like when you used to draw the houses at school where you did a cross and a house and you got to try and do it all in one.
Yeah.
And they're a bit, you know, like wonky. And I quite like that.
Well, it's almost a little bit like free motion embroidery. I mean, that
Yeah.
is designed to be kind of a bit shabby and a bit off and that sort of
Yeah.
thing. And it looks really cool. So if you do the same with this sort of stitching,
Yeah.
it has a similar look.
So I'm going up this line again because it only had one row. Oops. And then that's one done.
And of course, that is particularly strong now with the thread that you've used and the number of times you've sewn over it.
Absolutely. But so yeah, mine's deliberately wonky. That's how I like it. And then that will just cross stitch into the side. I do recommend tacking in place first. So it'll just, you'll see how the what do you call them, permanent creases are there, so you're always going to get it in the right position. And
to see how you did that, that's on the 1 o'clock show this afternoon, so you can watch that back on Rewind if you'd like to. If you do want this wonderful satchel, I don't know what you think at home, but I particularly love this combination. I'd like a waistcoat in this, please, with the yellow and the grey. Very, very nice.
Well, we'll see what we can do, Dave.
2 payments of $38.50 gets you the satchel today. It's going to come with all the furniture as well. The only thing you need, of course, is the actual wadding itself, which is on the website, I believe.
Absolutely. We've got we've got normal wadding and we've got the in-our form.
Okay.
I absolutely love the Bosel in-our form. It's my favourite. Oops. Having a little object. I think we've got a thread stuck underneath.
Now, the one-day special, you've got literally just over 20 minutes to take advantage of this pick and mix of any 4 patterns. All the kits are on the website, so if you want the full thing, you can look for that. But if maybe you've got fabric yourself, maybe you've got tweed yourself, or you've got other fabrics that you'd like to make any of these patterns out of, please do feel free to order them. The patterns will go up in price to where they should be at 6 o'clock tonight, and a brand new one-day special launches at 6 o'clock. But here are the other kits. Look, you've got the Scarecrow doll, Seth the Scarecrow, $29.99 is the price for that. We've got Betsy Bunny as well. All of those things on the website, which is hochanda.com. OK, now the patterns, you can choose any 4 you like. Now, some of the patterns deserve to be maybe doubled up or teamed up, put together. Like the Seekers and the Low Tide, for example. They're a kind of a theme that work together very, very well. We've also got the Hair Affair and Hair Today down there as well. They kind of work well at the either end of a sofa maybe, or both sides of the bed. So you can use them in all sorts of ways. But it's any of these patterns, any 4 for £17.98. If there's applique patterns, it's got the actual pattern which you can cut out. And of course you can copy if you want to. Once you've made one bag, the pattern isn't obsolete. You go on making more and more and more. So it's going to be something that's going to be an investment, whether you choose to sell what you make, whether you're making for gifts or for treats for the family or for yourself. Rose's bag, that's a very unusual one, that round bag. The Susan satchel, there we are, there's a pattern on its own. The Daisy bag is more like a messenger bag with the applique patterns inside there too. Then we've got the Seekers. There we are, look. So the applique will be in there as well. And then we've got the other patterns there as well, the Low Tide. All of that. Normally they should be in the region of $5.99, I think it is. Pretty sure it's $5.99. You get $6.50, is it? $6.50 normally for the pattern. Today, you're getting them for £4.50, so a couple of pounds off each pattern. And the Doorstep Diva is great. Anyone that's into their handbags, you can make that into a handbag if you tweak it, but it's first and foremost a doorstop. Put some gravel in or something like that. We've got the Green Man of the Woods, the pattern to make hymns there, all the different patterns and the applique that you can trace around and so on, that's in there. Seth the Scarecrow, the pattern for him. Betsy Bunny that we made last night in the 8 o'clock show, that's been a popular one all day today. Woodland Friends, there's the fox, the owl and the squirrel. All 3 of those patterns are inside it. Heart of Hearts, a nice romantic gift for somebody. Hair Affair, there we are, look. And then the Hair Today, All of these, choose any 4 you like. You can pick and mix them on the website, or you can just call the operator on our phone number, our normal number, and they'll be able to help you. £17.98 then, pick and mix any 4. Let's show you how to do it on the website. That's the easiest way. If you've got your tablet handy or your smartphone, or indeed your laptop or something, just go to the show, select the one-day special, and then you just click plus on the ones that you like the look of. So you want Betsy Bunny, what else are we going to go for? The Woodland Friends and the Satchel as well. That makes 3 that we've picked, so there's the other one. We're going to pick the Moorland Friends. So that's 4 patterns in your basket, giving you that discount. £8 off, down to just £17.98. But it is final call for this offer. At 6 o'clock, that price will no longer apply. You will be charged £8 more for the same 4 patterns, so don't pay more. And also the happy hour is Mode of Fabric, which is really good news. Didn't know that that was happening until we had our meeting about the show earlier on today. And you can choose any of the 3 bundles. There's 5 fat quarters in each bundle. You just choose whether you want retro, whether you want vintage, or whether you want paisley. Paisley is the more green and burgundy option, which I think is in the lead. The retro is the slightly more spring and summer with the turquoise and the yellow, and then the vintage, which is Anthea's favourite, is slightly more muted tones of the yellows and the blues and so on, and lovely greens too. So pop them in your basket. There's what have we put in our basket? We put all 3 options in, and the one-day special, which obviously then over £60, and then we can have a flexi order if you want to, so we split it into 2 payments. Easy as that. And if you're a Freedom member, you don't even have to pay the delivery charge. The P&P will disappear if you are a Freedom member. The computer knows it when you log in, okay? And you can put Freedom membership in the same transaction, and it will not charge you for your P&P then. So it's £6.97 if you fancy Freedom membership. How you doing?
Oops, I'm doing all right.
Moving on to Betsy now, are we?
Yeah, I thought, well, we'll just finish off having a little final look at the pocket on the satchel.
Right.
But I've worked out now where my pen is, my removable pen that I needed. So when I came down yesterday, I went into the shop right before I set off to get a box of stuff that we'd lovingly packed to the gunnels. And as I lifted the box up, the bottom of it stayed on the floor with everything that was in it. Yeah. No. So I think that the pen must have rolled out somewhere. I'm making a hash of threading this. I thought I'd re-threading in different thread.
Well, while you're threading, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just look at the tweeds again, the ones that you can still order. These are ones that are still in stock, okay? All of these colours are still on the website and still on the phones. So this is a tweed fat quarter, which I never realised was different to an ordinary fat quarter, but it is. It's basically that size. So you've got about 5 extra inches of width, all because of the loom, evidently, according to what Anthea said. So that is a tweed fat quarter. If you want to make the satchel, for example, out of a tweed that we have here available, you'll need 2 of those. And if you do order 2, it will be cut as one long strip for you. So that will be £27.98, won't it, if you wanted 2 of them. So these colours, again, all of them are listed and photographed on the website. I won't go through them again with Anthea, we did that a few minutes ago. But certainly all these colours are still there. Beautiful. I love the feel of tweed, which is why I wear a waistcoat from it. I just love it. I really, really do. Didn't discover it until I started working for Hochanda, and I just saw some online. I thought, oh, that's a good price. I'm going to buy some of those. And yeah, it's kind of become my signature thing now, the tweed waistcoat. Now, lots of these are now down to single-figure availability, so if you do want to go for a couple, put them in your basket and check out now. They are all there on the website, photographed. It will only let you put things in the basket that are available. If something's sold out, it won't let you put it in your basket. So feel free, if it's let you order it, it'll be on its way in the next few days. You should receive it. But wonderful. If tweed's something of a new venture for you, you will not be disappointed. So you can't stop touching it.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It is lovely.
Right, so... just move this out of the way and we can get in the centre of the table. So your pocket. Pinned that earlier so that what we're looking at here is the front of the bag. So if I fold it so that we're just looking at the front, and I've got the pocket, you need to put it central so that you've got the same distance around the 3 sides here.
Right.
Doesn't matter so much about the top because that's going to be disguised by the flap. So it's all there. Now what I did on mine, I used a pen that lifts with heat and drew round the pocket so that the position was marked on. Could you pass me those buckles, please?
Yes, sure.
We'll just use those. Saves delving further into the bag. So let me explain. So if you make your bag, assemble it, put the sides on, and then you want to hand stitch this part on there, you can't get in.
Right.
So you need to put that on
before
while
you
your
sew
pocket's like this.
Right, yeah.
So then you're like, ugh, because if I've lined it up now and then I move it, it's not lined.
Now, one thing I didn't realise, you've got the holes already punched
That's
in
right,
there, because I was thinking that, you know, what tools do you need to kind of get the hole made?
It's done for you. It's like a leatherette.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a proper leather. So with your, just use your ruler. So what have we got? 2 inches that side, so 2 and a bit, so just come slightly over, and then 2 and a bit there. So bit of, get your eye in as well. So what I would do is put your 2 buckles on, and again with your marking pen, draw around them. Draw all the way around. Don't just draw the side that you can see, at the bottom. Draw the whole thing all the way around. Then when you lift that out, it's you know where they are. But what I would also do is put these on and mark round the top as well.
Right.
Because then everything will marry up. So while they're there, that looks quite good now, doesn't it?
It does look good. That's another good combination of colour, isn't it?
So the corner point's there, so that will be a little more in proportion. But yeah, so draw around those while they're there, then you can lift them off, remove the pocket, and then just stitch these on, just go through. And to get that effect where every hole is stitched across, so if you're doing it for a living, there's a technique with 2 needles and you're going through. But do you know what? We don't need to be so sophisticated. So I went round twice. The first time was every alternate one, and the second one bridged all the gaps, and that's all I did.
And I love
using the thicker thread.
I love the fact that you've used the yellow thread rather than a brown one that you wouldn't see, because it makes more of a feature of it.
Well, again, I thought, people have been asking for satchels. We need to make this look like a satchel, and what are the important parts of a satchel, and that pretty much is one of them, isn't it?
Totally. Yeah,
So,
and it's perfect size for laptops, perfect size for tablets as well, documents that you've got to carry around for work or whatever. University books, that sort of thing as well. But, whether it's just going to be your bag you take to the office every day, put your packed lunch in or whatever it might be, it's very, very attractive. And you can, if you go for the pattern, make it out of any fabric you choose. It could be a canvas fabric or something like that. But
and as you say in laptops, because it's got the bozel in, no, it's not going to protect your laptop entirely, but it is kind of a cushion bag in its own right. So, you could even just have it for keeping your laptop safe at home, down the side of your chair, wherever you keep it.
Well, I've got a messenger bag that I carry around with me, and that's always got my tablet in it and my big Filofax diary, because it's exactly the right size for that. That's all I ever keep in it, but it's always with me. So this could be your dedicated laptop bag if you wanted it to be. And what do you pay for laptop bags? And they're not usually that attractive. This is gorgeous. It's tweed. It's luxury tweed. It really is superb. Now, remember, the patterns are the one-day special. That's what's going to run out in how many minutes? 7 or 8 minutes. At the end of the hour, a brand new one-day special is starting with John Lockwood at 6. So if you want your 4 patterns, just choose whichever 4 you want. And another thing that ends, of course, at the end of the hour is the Moda Happy Hour. Now, I do have a happy hour for you, a whole happy hour of special deals at 7 o'clock tonight. Not craft price drop on a Sunday. It's a happy hour, and it's all Sizzix goodies, but special prices for only 1 hour. That's coming up at 7 o'clock this evening. Make sure you join me for that. This one is vintage. Okay, these are the Moda cottons. 5-pack quarters, £5 off, only for the next 10 minutes or thereabouts. So that is vintage, if you like the look of those colours. This one is paisley, which has got burgundies, and this is the most popular, actually. It's rich, isn't it? Really, really rich and opulent. Approaching half the stock of this is gone now. You've got that lovely baby blue, or is it like a light grey, rich burgundies and golds and olive greens. So the colours will be the same. The patterns may vary ever so slightly. You may get exactly what you see. You may get a slightly different pattern or 1 or 2 of them. And then the retro is this one here. So this is predominantly lovely bright yellows, zesty yellows and turquoises. Again, colours will be like this. Patterns may vary slightly. $14.99, and that's 812-225. But only that price until 6. This also will go back up to $19.99 at the stroke of 6 o'clock. Right.
Right, I'm just housekeeping.
Are we moving on to Betsy for a
Well, I thought we'd just
update?
have so I haven't really done much, but I thought, well, we can recap on her, can't we, because it's Easter coming up. So
Ben will get Betsy for me, just so you can see what she looks like
so
when
Rose
she's
jumped
made.
out the box as well. That's Betsy's sister. There we go. Or should she be the cousin, been from a different fabric? I don't know. Am I doing the sister here? So many questions.
Thank you, Ben. Oh, here she is. Here's Betsy. Now, obviously, we've made her out of... Oops, hang on, stay. We've made her out of tweed. The kit, the actual Betsy Bunny kit, is still available, I believe, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
It is still available. It's on the screen. It's $39.99, and I love her because she's all floppy.
Yes.
She's not too stiff and rigid. She's going to be a cuddled bunny, definitely. And we did quite a bit with her last night in the 8 o'clock show.
I'm actually thinking one of these is going to go to my granddaughter.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think so.
Why not? It'll be well loved, I'm sure.
And do you know what I was also thinking? I'm going to put a name on the paw. On the paw, yeah. I'm just going to stitch it on. I thought, what a nice little touch.
That's a really nice touch.
You know, to have a name there. I mean, OK, tweed's not for all children, I get that. But this isn't going to wear out, is it?
No.
This is hopefully going to be loved for quite a long time.
Now, one thing that we didn't do yesterday, but is probably advisable, her ears, if you put like a wadding in the ear, it's going to give a little bit of rigidity. Yeah. They are quite floppy without the wadding, so you might want to do that.
Now, the pattern in yours is this ear. Ear. I made them a little longer on this, Betsy, but I didn't like them. So this is the actual size you've got. But yeah, we put wadding in that one,
right.
didn't we? And it just feels completely different. So right, easy peasy lemon squeezy. All the seams are on the outside, as you can see with the real Betsy. So the legs you've got to extend 5 inches just because there wasn't enough room on the paper for the pattern.
Right.
So I've sewn from here all the way around the leg and all the way back up to the top. Done and dusted.
Okay.
And then Michaela said that you can stuff it down the leg, but we decided...
Michaela said you can stuff it. Right, okay.
Michaela says lots of things,
She
but we
says
don't
it as it
always
is,
listen.
obviously.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, because I don't like stopping and starting when I'm on a roll, and then I don't know what you're like at home, but I forget to leave gaps and things. So all I'm going to do is remove a few stitches, which is what we did for the other leg last night, and then I've got a hole in the heel, and I don't have to worry about trying to, find an implement to help me shove stuffing down a skinny leg to get it into a foot. So I'm just going to open a few stitches out, because you can oversew this afterwards. Matching thread doesn't even show, because we're going to snip the I think you've got the stuffing down at your side, Dave.
Oh, the pillow. Yeah.
Yeah. So
this is what Anthea uses for stuffing. Why not? Because it's the same sort of stuff that goes in the pillow.
Would you like to stuff her?
Yeah. Fine. So, does it have to be quite a lot, or quite firm, or
just like that one, just to the ankle?
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll put that there.
Now, if you want toy stuffing, by the way, we do that on the website. So if you want the dedicated proper stuff, I mean, this is from a pillow, but it's just as good. To be honest.
And then the arm, exactly the same, but we're not going to cut a hole in that one.
Right.
So if you could stuff her arm as well, that would be great. And I'll have a look at her ear. Over here. So the pattern pieces is still in the box over there. So where the others, you put 2 pieces on together, just as you've put your pattern on, stitch round. The ear, you need to put this pink part on. And because you need to put the pink part on, you've got to sew through, which means at this stage you can't sew through the whole lot like you did with the other limbs. So we'll just toss that to one side.
Do I go up the leg a little bit as well?
Just to the same as that one, I think.
Okay, yeah.
And then, so, stitch round. In fact, we'll not even look at that. Where's her dress? Let's do her dress.
We've got less than 2 minutes, Anthea, and then we're out of time.
Oh, no. Well, it's been nice knowing you. Dress. Simples. Let's do the rough. Right.
There's a foot,
Long strip. Cut to the size it says in the packet. Join the ends. And then turn a hem top and bottom do a tacking stitch the whole way around, and I did it by hand. I messed about on the machine and snapped my thread, so I just did it by hand, went round, pull up the gathering stitches, and as you pull up the tacking thread, what you end up with is a ruff, and just before it gets too small to go over Betsy's head, put it over her head, and that's it. So I'll just whip
and there she is,
Betsy,
done.
the real Betsy. So let's show you like Betsy's in her work.
So do you reckon a couple of hours or a few hours to do her?
Yeah, I mean, familiarise yourself with the pattern,
yeah.
But she's really not difficult. So we started her on air last night, and what did we have? 20 minutes tops.
Yeah.
I haven't really touched her since, and now we're looking another 20 minutes. No, you're not going to achieve Betsy in 40 minutes at home because you really want to enjoy making Betsy.
Absolutely.
But you're not going to be weeks and weeks.
Well, you know what? There's two ways of making Betsy. You can either buy the kit, which has got all the tweed fabric, if that's what you love, that colour combination and that luxury. If you'd rather make her out of fabric you've got yourself, she is also one of the patterns in the one-day special. Choose any four. There's her other arm. There we go.
Oh, smashing.
Choose any four patterns at that special discounted price. You can still order up to 6 o'clock. As soon as the brand new one-day special launches in literally about 3 minutes, that'll be it. One-day special over. Same goes, of course, for the happy hour deals on those Moda fabrics. Anthea, thank you ever so much.
It's been a pleasure.
Great to see you. I'll see you for a happy hour at 7.
Bye.
So yes, John's here. Crafts 2 one-day special with Janice is on the way next at 6. Happy hour, a whole Sizzix happy hour for you at 7, and more from the Crafts 2 one-day special with me and John at 8. See you later.
Welcome to Club G45 from Graphic 45, the monthly tutorial kit that allows you to create some of the most beautiful projects by accessing a step-by-step video, viewable online. This month's tutorial is Love Notes Tag and Pocket Album Kit, containing tag and pocket album and twist and fold pop-up card projects. You'll get almost everything you need to create the projects from scratch, including access to this month's step-by-step video tutorial and accompanying project sheet. Simply order yours by purchasing item number 622352 for $44.99 plus postage from Hochanda.com, or give us a call on 01733 60 2000 for instant access to this month's Club G45 from Graphic 45.
Why not help us support Witchcraft as they celebrate their 30th Stamp Magic show on Sunday the 2nd of June. Stamp Magic is the incredible stamping and papercraft show located at Doncaster's The Dome within Lakeside Leisure Park. Since 2004, Stamp Magic has brought together the UK's most dedicated craft experts in this intimate surrounding, and they look forward to seeing you all there. Tickets are available from Hochanda in advance for only £4, or alternatively on the door for £5. So what are you waiting for? Go to Hochanda.com and order your tickets today.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to your brand new one-day special. Welcome to the boy next door, John Lockwood. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I keep saying that. I feel like the boy next door a few years ago, baby, not now.
Oh, no, not at all. It's always great to be with you. It's always great to have your company. Very special night tonight because we have got a UK launch here on Hochanda. It's exclusive to us here. Can we talk about the company? Can we talk about what we're getting?
We can. This is the first time that we've ever brought Find It Media to TV. I don't actually believe they're a company from Holland, but I don't believe they've actually even done any TV over there.
Wow.
So this is the first time anyone's seen any of the Find It Media. They're a brilliant company. They've been going like Crafts 2 for sort of well over 20 years. And they have a brilliant ethos. They have designers who work in-house. So tonight we're bringing the first collection, which is Spring Landscapes, and it comes under the brand of Jeannie's Art.
Right.
And the reason it comes under Jeannie's Art is because it was drawn and painted by Jeannie.
Fabulous. Explains that, doesn't it?
It does. So she is one of their designers.
Yes.
In-house, they design everything themselves. And what they do is there's a different theme, a different brand every month. This is sort of the brand new launch now. And what they do is they'll do dies, stamps, paper pads, decoupage sheets, backgrounds, card packs, everything tied together, a total collection. And it's one of those things I absolutely love. It's one of the things I love about Find It Media. It's out-of-the-box crafting.
That is so true.
Everything's in here. Or, will that card colour match? Oh, yes. Will that paper match? Yes. Everything matches. Everything's done for you.
I love it, and I know you're going to love it too at home. The price you can divide into two, making it affordable with your FlexiBuy. £34.95 today. That will get all of this sent to you. If you're a Freedom member, there's no P&P to pay either. And then we'll take another payment next month. But it is out of the box crafting, and it is beyond just getting it for this one product. You can still use the stamps. You can continue to use the dies. It's a great buy. You're saving £30, which equates to getting either this whole set of stamps for nothing or the whole set of those beautiful nesting dies for nothing as well. We're going to show you what those dies look like because John has already cut some out and made them up for you. So let's show you these because there's something rather special about a couple of these dies in here.
They are, and I have to say once again, thank you to Sam for cutting them all for me.
Oh, thank you, Sam.
He did the boards. But I love these. As you were saying earlier, the whole idea with the Find It collections is that these are not dies and stamps that you will use as a one-off in this. I know we've bought collections in the past where it's all to do with that thing and then you're supposed to use it, put it away.
Yes.
These are things you can use again. So this is just two of the die sets in there. So you've got the scenes here. So you've actually got the grass, you've got the hills, and you've got all the beautiful trees. And if you catch that, and there we go, perfect.
Yes.
Thank you, Andy. You can see you've even got all the debossing of the texture onto the trees.
Yeah.
And of course what you can do, you can snip into that, take those pieces out, use them separately as corners, anything you want. Then we move on to all of the houses and the buildings. So here you've got, and this is actually a little beach house. So there you can see the water or the beach.
Oh yeah, you can.
But the stilts where it's kept on the little sort of steps to go down. But again, these have got debossing on them to give you the detail. What I love is even the little doors open.
Oh, isn't that gorgeous?
So that's cut for you. That's not something you have to do.
If you wanted to, you could cut the stilts off and it becomes a regular house on a farm,
exactly.
if you want it to be. Talking of farms...
There we go. You've got the farm there. You've got the barn. You've got the grain silo. You've got all these little... And look how detailed all these things are. They're absolutely beautiful. Then there's a lighthouse, which obviously goes with your beach house.
Love that.
You've also got a little beach house here again with an opening door. You've then got another sort of barn and another sort of farm building, but again you could use these as houses for all sorts.
Yeah, you certainly
can. So those are your sort of elements dies.
Okay, and then we have got those nesting and layer dies. Let me put this way for you.
And this is what I love about Find It. It's called Spring Landscapes. So Jeannie's drawn an absolutely beautiful spring border, but here it goes round a diamond shape. But you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nesting dies in that diamond. You can use those for absolutely everything. Again, a spring flame around a sort of flower really, but you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individual nesting dies to match in with it. And finally you get the hexagon, and again you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nesting hexagon dies in there.
Love that.
So there's just so much in there, and we know we can use these on
we certainly
loads of different things.
Now I'm just showing you this way. Of course you can turn it that way and it will change the shape of the diamond for you, not the hexagon necessarily or the circle, but the diamond. So you might see it from a different point of view looking at it like that. Those are just some of the elements that you're getting included. We've got the stamps.
We have. So here you've got 3 sets of stamps taken, and the stamps are taken from the original designs and drawings that Jeannie did. But what you've got here is you've got lots of different elements in these stamps. So you've got one that you've got just here, which is almost sort of your farmyard, your little house, your path. You've got your stag, you've got your grass at the bottom. But if you notice, you've actually got layering stamps.
Oh, yes.
So these are actually multi-layer stamps. If I actually spin this round, you can see on the back of each packet, you'll actually get a little picture that's been done showing as a suggestion the colours you could use.
Oh, that's nice.
So you'll see how those sort of silly little bits there, you see those sort of silly bits of tree?
Yep.
Or look like ice cream cones and things, those 3 there. But then that's how they layer up to give you.
Oh, that is amazing. And look, you've got that little mole there.
Yeah, and
you've got the bunny rabbit.
You've got the actual little molehill, but you've even got a separate stamp to give you the colour inside the molehill.
Oh,
yeah.
that's so sweet.
Then we've got the sort of spring landscapes. This is sort of on the farm. So here you've got 3 layers. Well done, John.
You did have 3
I will
layers.
turn that round very quickly. But you've got 3 layers to give you the farm building in there.
Yes.
You've got the sheep, you've got the trees, but you've also got the tree backings to give you the leaves, the little bench, the grass, the fence that you can repeat. Everything you see that's in that picture that she painted or drew is available in the stamps.
That is lovely. Dare you do it with the last one, John?
I'm going to try.
Go on,
I'm
pick it
going
up and
to
turn
try.
it around.
So this is sort of like your beach scenes. So again, in here, if you see there, you've got those mountains at the top, but then you've got the colour for them. So that's the second stamp. And you see the next line where you've got, they look like little doors of different patterns.
Yes, they do.
They're the different patterns to go in the end die, which is the little beach hut.
Oh, fabulous. So you
So
can
you
change
can
it.
change the look of the beach hut. The whale, you've got the sailboat, and then the colours for the sail and the colours for the boat, and they're separate stamps.
Isn't that lovely? And look at that big
So-
whale there as well.
If I turn this round, you can see here, you can actually see, you see how the boat is 2 colours?
Ah, I see in the little huts as well.
Because the huts are all weighed with 1 stamp and the different backgrounds.
Yes.
The boat comes in 3 different parts.
Yes.
Everything's, even the waves that are shown on that, everything that's on that picture is physically on that stamp set.
Brilliant.
And there's so much more than you could do with them.
And it's such great value for money as well. Remember, you're saving £30. We've shown you the nesting dies with the wonderful surrounds. We've showed you the stamps. You're also getting some beautiful linen card.
You
If
are.
you want to use this, fold it over, score it, make and create some fabulous cards from that. You're getting 24 sheets.
24 sheets.
6 colours, 4 of each.
That's it. And what they've done is they make this in-house. So they make all of the items are made in-house, designed in-house.
Yes.
They make all of this card themselves. So all of the colours are the colours that have been used here in the paper pad.
Yes.
And been used here in all of the background die-cut sheets you get. So you know everything will match across.
Yeah, it certainly will. It is crafting out of the box, and it's going to take you beyond that as well, because of course you can continue to use the stamps and the dies for so many different projects. And as John said, every time you use this, you know it's, have I got that the right way round? No, I haven't. There you go. Every time you use this, you know it's going to look absolutely spectacular time and time again. Saving £30, which means you're possibly getting the whole set of stamps or the whole set of dies for nothing. It's a great deal, and it is available on FlexiBuy, £34.95. That's the whole collection just there if you want to go for that. We do have more available for you on the show. We've got some great demos coming up as well, including some fabulous storage. Just saying. Hold your horses for that one, maybe. So that is your one-day special. Now let's talk about the different elements that you can buy separately.
Yeah. So what we've got here is, this is the decoupage. Now, if you notice, you're getting 2 each of 4 sheets.
Yes.
So there's 4 designs. You get 2 of each. And what you're getting in here is, if you notice, these are the same shapes and the same designs as we've got in the main bundle.
Yes.
But then they're all layered for you. Now, this is not push-out decoupage. You do have to cut this.
Okay.
It's one of the first times I've done it, and I genuinely really enjoyed doing it.
Little bit of fussy
A little
cutting.
bit sat there with my
Yes.
scissors. I thought, I don't have the skill for this. I can't do this. Really enjoyed it. And to make it a little bit easier, what we've actually done, Crafts 2 have included two 200 tabs of the foam, little foam pads to work with
400 in total.
So that you've got everything that you need in there to do it. But again, you'll notice these are the same shape as the dies, so they will layer under and layer over the dies that we've got in the bundle.
Perfect. £9.99 if you want to add those to your basket. If you are adding them to your one-day special, then that price will be divided into 3 for your flexi buy. 747271. 2 flexes. Did I say 3? 2 flexes. Yeah, hello, it's me again, sorry. Right, we've also got some paper packs available for you. This is a set of 2, so you'll get 2 of these. It's a great price, £9.98, saving £4. And you get in each set, is this 20?
There's 23 sheets.
23 sheets in each paper pack.
They are double-sided, but they are double-sided with a different design on each side. So what they've done is, a lot of the times you'll buy paper and there'll be design on one side and plain on the other. There isn't. There's a different design on the back, and there's 3 of each. So you've got 23 sheets, 3 of each, 2 designs per sheet, so I can't work out the maths on that. I'm not going to pretend. But you've got some of the beautiful backgrounds that will work with the designs that were drawn by Jeannie to match the stamps. So again, you can stamp over these. And then you've got some beautiful patterns, some gorgeous planes, some inky backgrounds in there. There's something in there for absolutely everyone. The guarantee I always think is, when it's double-sided paper, I may not like the front, but I'll like the back.
Yeah, love this.
To me, I don't like the pink, I love the green.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
You know, you've got something different on each one, so it may be a plain, it may be a floral, it may be a stripe. Love the yellow, and I love the blue. I wish they'd done those on separate sheets.
Yeah, well, you
really
gave a couple of each, so you can mix and match, and you are getting 2. You're getting 2 of the paper pads for £9.98, so you might want to add those to your one-day special. You might be going for these individually as a gift for somebody or as a special gift for yourself. So 2 of those packs, some fabulous colours, and just showing you there all the different colours that you are getting in that paper pack. But you are getting 2 for £9.98. 664726 is your item number if you want to go for those. Head to the website. This is where you can see everything available to you, giving you a chance to pop them into your basket and split the cost if you're going for your one-day special. You've also got the chance to buy elements separately if you want to, and then it is like crafting out of the box. We've got some great storage coming up as well to show you, which we will talk about next with the storage. Perfect. Right, can we just have a quick look at the storage before we crack on? Do you mind? Sorry.
Not at all.
I want to show you this because I know we're going to be very busy and I don't want anyone to miss out. So what have we got here, John?
So this is from Nellie Snell, and again, another company from Holland that Crafts 2 distribute and that we work really closely with. But I love this. I'm going to show you now. This is how, to be honest, I have been keeping my stamps recently.
Okay.
So this is very nice. This is a lovely Crafts 2 folder. But of course there's nothing in it.
So it's all a bit, it's
and
nice.
This is literally, I took this exactly off my shelf as it stands. This is how they've been. With the Nellie Snell folder, what I've done now is, this is a special plastic that's in here. So every stamp sticks to it.
And you can take it off?
So you can take them
It's
off.
not permanent?
It's not sticky. It's amazing. It's not sticky.
No, it's not.
It's like a glossy something.
Yes.
Don't know what it is. But your stamps stick on it. But the stamps, because it's what it's made of, they go on both sides.
That's brilliant.
So you can actually physically finally see what you've got.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get 5 panels inside the actual storage, and then you get a pack of 10 refills as well, so that's 15 in total. That's a lot.
It means you're actually getting 30 stamp storage areas. Now, each one of these, I've spread these out, so I've only got, so I know which set they're from.
Yeah.
But I'd easily get an A5 full stamp set on each one of these and extras.
Yeah, you would.
So, I can't wait to start putting, I've started putting some of mine in already.
We are busy for this. How much has gone? 15. Oh my word!
I thought
we've only
people
just seen
might
it.
like this.
Yeah, 15%. Do you know what I like as well? It's the little touches. Just down the side here, you've got a little area to pop in a note to tell you exactly what you've got in this particular storage. I love the fact that you've got that wide binding edge just there. couple of reasons. One, you can just slip that into your bookcase, and then you can just pull it out, because sometimes, you know, the space is premium.
You've been in my craft cave, haven't you? Because that's exactly how it is.
And then carrying it as well, really important, because you've got that wider edge at the bottom, it just gives you more stability if you want to carry it like that. Of course, I like the colour. It's blue.
Yes, it's blue.
It's
we're both blue fans.
We are both blue fans. It is a freedom price colour, because you got it at a freedom price as well. That's not the reason why it's blue. But it's £17.99 if you want to go for that. If you are going for this, a quarter of the stock is gone. I'm going to tell you something else. If you are going for this, can we just quickly take a look at these? You might want to consider these. Magnetic sheets with their plastic covers. The price for these coming up on your screen, £9.99 for 20. Double-sided magnetic.
Yeah.
For 20.
No, one-sided
magnetic. You're getting 20. Now, here's the thing. If you're going for these, you could have your stamps in here, and you could also place these in here. But there is something to do before you place them in.
Right, so I want to explain this, because normally what happens, and we'd rather tell you, we ordered these, they come in packs of 10s,
Yes.
we sell them for a lot more than this pack, but...
Yes, you do.
And when they came through, they were wrong.
Okay.
And basically, this top hole was in the wrong place.
Right.
So if we lay this up to here, you can see fits, doesn't fit.
Right.
Yeah. So we ordered some more, but we don't want to waste. We don't like to waste products.
No.
So we managed to get some money off from the manufacturers. So we're passing that on to everyone at home.
Perfect.
To be honest, which is, I think, the attitude that Crafts2 have, that I have, that
Yes.
we all should have.
Yes.
So all I do is take, this is my crocodile. We've all got different croppers. I put
Could
a
be a pair of
different hole
scissors.
in. Pair of scissors and cut it down a little bit.
Yes.
And that will fit in here or any of your die storage perfectly. But what I said when sort of Uncle Peter said we could do these,
Yes.
I went, that's absolutely brilliant, because I've never seen, and we don't talk price, I'm always careful.
Yeah.
I've never seen 20 sheets of magnets on their own for that price, let alone getting the plastic
So
wallet
here you go.
for them.
2 great deals. 20 of the magnetic sheets in the plastic wallets. All you need to do is just snip out the top hole just to make them fit perfectly. If you're not storing these in a folder, then you don't need to do anything. £9.99, over 15% of those have gone. We're very busy for the storage. I wanted to show you half the storage is gone. Half the stock's gone. Wanted to show you, because I wouldn't like you to get to the end of the show and go, why didn't you show me that? We have. That's all done. Now let's get on to some demonstrations.
Right, so,
Yes.
actually, I don't know why I'm putting that away, because everything I need is in there, because it's stored a lot better. So I'm going to take now, and this is, you know, I do a lot of cards where I spend a lot of time making matting and layering
Yeah.
and doing lots of detailed die cut things. And first of all, I think for people who sell their crafts, and again, there's an angel policy on this, you can sell your cards made with this. It's original artwork that actually belongs to Find It Media.
Perfect.
It's copywritten and licensed to them, so that you can use this for anything. There are no real massive restrictions on it. But if you sell your cards, we don't want to be spending 2 hours on them.
No.
But also, I've really enjoyed playing with this.
Have you? Why?
Because I think it's taken, not out of my comfort zone, but it's made me look at things and go, do you know, I can get something really effective quite simply. Not everything has to have 15 layers and glitter. And that is pretty much what I've done a lot of my time.
Okay.
So this is one of the card blanks that they do, and they've actually given you these pre-cut. This comes in the pack.
Yes, it
Get
does.
them in the matching colours. And all I'm going to do is, it's a beautiful linen finish card, so it's not a plain card. And I'm just going to simply fold it in half. You could use a scoreboard, but if, like me, you left your scoreboard in the car,
Right.
and you
Knew the
realise
reason
that
for
5
it.
to 6 that's what you've done, but it can fold easily.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to fold one panel back out. That's it. Okay. So I've got an exact fold in half,
Yes.
and I've folded one panel back out.
Okay.
You'd either take a pair of scissors, a knife, craft knife, your guillotine, your paper trimmer, and I'm going to take off about an inch and a quarter.
Okay.
Okay, so what I've got then is just a nice little opening card, and I've got a piece of waste.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to rotate that 50 the other way round, and then I've got
I see. It's clever, isn't it?
Already done. So all I've done with the only tools I've used so far are a pair of scissors.
Perfect.
That's it, and maybe the end of my tweezers just to help with the creases. So now I'm going to go in with some of the pieces. So I've got a piece of the paper from the paper pad. So I thought, well, we'll have a panel on the back there. Ooh, I've not done bad there, have I?
You've done very well.
That's not too bad
Very
for me at
impressed.
all. So I'm just going to use some of my craft artist. I've gone on about this a load of the times.
We've got these available on the show, haven't we?
We have,
We
and we've
do.
managed to get the mini bottles back in stock.
Great,
finally.
for that precision.
Yes.
Why do you like this? Because people have their favourite glues and they have their reasons for it. And it's always interesting to hear.
I can show you why I love this one. And this is something I've been doing a lot recently in sort of demos and workshops. Okay. PVA glue is made effectively with what I call acrylic and water.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. The more water there is in the glue, the quicker it will grab.
Yes.
But the more water there is in the glue, the more it will warp your card.
Yeah, it would.
What actually happens is it grabs quickly because the water soaks quickly into the card, and it kind of welds the two pieces together.
Okay.
So what I want is a glue that's thick, that's going to hold, that's going to be strong, but I want it more acrylic so that my card doesn't warp.
Okay.
And certainly when I'm using things like 170 GSM paper, I want something like that. And I want something that's going to work, but also that's got a little bit of wriggle room in it. So the way I've always shown the value to me of this glue is like this. It's very thick. You have to throw it to the bottom when you're using the full bottle. And it's not a case of squeezing, it's throw.
A bit like ketchup when you got your chips.
It is. It's just the same. But what I can do is...
Oh, look at that. Oh, I thought you was going to put jam then.
I will do one in a second. If you want to hold that one up.
Yes, I will.
You watch it hardly running.
No, it's not. That's not running at all.
Nope.
There is no dribble on the John. Come on, for me.
I can't spell, but we'll hope
You
that's
can
Janice.
spell very well.
There we go.
Oh, that's nice.
Now that's what does it for me. That's what actually made me a convert to this glue.
Does it
was
dry clear?
Because this will dry clear and it will dry matte. But if you notice, I've put a lot on there.
You have.
If we look on the back and the black, can you see any sign of Janice on there?
Excuse me?
None.
None at all?
None at all, because there's not a large quantity of water in there, so it's not soaking through.
Got you.
And that's what I've found is that when I get a glue, if I get a glue and I hold it up, if I get a glue and I hold it up like that, this is a brand new bottle that I've opened tonight.
Yes, it is. I saw you
So
open
you
it.
know that this is not one that I've pre-prepped with a little bit left in the top. If I hold it like that and the glue does not pour out and does not drip out, I know it's a good quality glue because it's got a lot of the PVA in it. It's got a lot in there, and I actually have to really squeeze. But then look at that. Look at it pull up.
It's like a good meringue.
Yeah.
It is like
it
a
is.
good meringue.
Well, it's actually one of those.
Yes,
because
it
I
is.
can hold it over my head and I'm not concerned in the
No,
slightest.
Nothing's coming out.
No, because it won't.
That is a really good demonstration, John. Thank you so much
And
for that.
I just think it's important that we have the right basic tools.
Yes.
And they make such a difference. But because this glue, as you can see, is very thick, I'm really pressing on. If I put that like that to drip out, it won't do it. But I find having these little tiny...
And they come included with the package with
Yes.
the glue. For $9.99?
Yes.
How many applicators do you get?
You get 2 applicators and 2 118 ml bottles. Yeah.
Wow. OK, I think we're going to get really busy for this now. You're already taking advantage of this. We're approaching 20% of the stock gone already. This is your super tacky glue. Tacky meaning the best possible description, with 2 of those applicators as well for $9.99. I'd possibly go for a couple of those to stock up. Talking about stocking up, oh my word, you're taking advantage of the storage. 85% has gone. What did we say in the meeting?
We did think that people might like that. But
We certainly did.
What I've done now is I've decanted this
Yeah.
to this smaller bottle. Everyone's seen me do it. So I've written a little. There's a mini me. There's a mini you there. There's a mini Janice.
How did you do that? With the
applicator. So if you watch, I'll do me. There we go. John.
Janice and John sitting in a tree, having some lunch.
Having some... Ooh, that would be nice. No, could we not have tea?
Yes,
Cream
Alice and John
cakes
sitting in a
and
tree,
scones.
having some tea.
But you can see there, and you put the pin back in.
Yes.
There's no other lid, fine nozzle applicator that's already on there, that's fixed.
Wow.
We've not added this on. I just love it. It's
What
brilliant.
can we stick with the glue? That might sound an odd question, but paper, card.
Paper, card, MDF. It's brilliant on putting
Really?
MDF stands and things.
Right, we've got,
MDF stands.
John, I'm being told we've got 5-minute queues on the phones. Bear with us, we are getting through your calls. The call centre, hello call centre. They're working very, very hard at the moment. They're getting through your calls, so do stay there. If you can go to the website and order from the website or on the Hochanda Go application, free to download for your Apple or your Android devices. The storage... Limited stock, everybody, please. If you've got it in your basket, do check out. I want you to get hold of this. I don't know if we can get any more. It's a fabulous item.
I haven't asked the question before the show, so I don't know.
Right, it's a great price. Check out your baskets. Make sure you get that. You get 10 refills and you get 15 panels as well in total with your storage. £17.99. It's a beautiful colour. Very, very handy. So you get 15 in total. So yes, you get 5 in there and 10 more. It's so close to going. Check out your baskets. And if you've not got it yet, pop it in your baskets. The magnetic sheets as well, 75% of those have gone. Thank you so much.
I'm not surprised on that one.
Well,
I'm really not.
thank you for, you know, giving the saving over to the people out there.
Just because something isn't 100% right.
And we only mean that by the holes.
To my mind, to bin it.
Yeah.
It's only the holes. That's
only the
all
holes.
the problem was.
Just slightly, just 2 millimetres above where it should be. A little bit of a snip. Perfect.
Yeah.
And that's why the saving has been passed on to you. Oh, fuck, can't be. Oh.
Sorry.
Technically sold out of the storage. Is that yours, John?
That's mine that
I
you've
will
got.
leave yours there, but not
But
put it on
don't
the
put
glue.
it on the glue because it will stick it.
It will. Now, the glue, we're at 70%. Oh, my God. We're going to move this to the back. We're having a busy show. Right, storage is gone. We've still got magnetic sheets, just 3/4 gone. So we've still got those just. I better put those back. And 70% of the glue, it's not going to stick around for long.
Ha!
Thank you. I knew to get that one in.
Yay. When are we doing the panto?
Oh, no, we're not.
Oh, yes, we are.
Oh, no, we're not.
Oh, yes, we are.
Oh, no, we're not.
But you said, what can it glue?
Go on.
Yeah, so what I've done here is, while we were talking, I've put some glue on top of this, which is my icing stand, which I hadn't actually glued the top on.
Okay.
So when I pulled this out earlier, the top came off.
Right.
But can you actually see that glue? This is exactly as I piped it on about 3-4 minutes ago.
Oh.
What it hasn't done is it hasn't flattened.
No.
It hasn't soaked into the MDF. And have you ever had it when you're putting together a piece of furniture or certainly one of these MDF kits? They're really tight.
Yes.
When you put the glue on, you leave it for a minute or two. The water goes in and the joint swells.
Yeah, it does.
And then you can't get the lid on.
Because of the water in the glue.
Because of the water in the glue. It's all to do with the water in the glue. So this is a very tight top, but this won't move, this glue, until I put my section on. Okay?
That's perfect. Have you ever had a situation where you're gluing 2 pieces together and that glue just runs?
Yes.
And you're impatient, you've got to get it done quick, you can't leave it to go tacky for 5 minutes as requested. You want a glue that's going to go on, it's not going to soak through, it's not going to run, but it's going to stick and do the jobs that you want it to do. This is an incredible deal. £9.99, 447 211, and you also get 2 of the applicators as well. You get 2 of the glues, 2 of the applicators. 85% of the stock has gone. We've only just started talking about it. It's going to sell out soon. If it's in your basket, do check out to make sure you get it. We're selling out of quite a few things, aren't we?
We are, sorry about that. We didn't expect it. So I've taken a piece of the paper, yeah, and what I'm going to do, I'll use the fine applicator because this is 170 GSM.
Okay.
But you see where it ran out there?
Yes.
I didn't start squeezing, I throw the glue down to there. But you can see I'm getting a really fine bead all the way around. I love this paper. A little bit in the middle.
And that's it.
And that's it. And what I'm going to do then is just pop that on. The fine applicator is so useful, but normally, again, with glues that have got too much water in them,
Yeah.
once that's down, it's down.
Yes.
Because the water starts straight away. This is 170 GSM.
Yeah.
There we go. I wasn't happy. It wasn't in the right place. So let's get it in the right place. Let's move it around
The glue's
until
now
I'm
limited
happy.
stock. Limited stock.
There we go.
I'm so happy that everyone's got hold of that. That paper is lovely, and I love that you've put some of your eyes ink around the edge. What have you used? What colour?
What I've used is tea or tay, as
Tay,
they call it
yeah.
in French. But it's just...
Changed
this
it
is
completely.
This is what makes a big difference on the paper pads.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've done it yourself when you've bought paper pads, and I know loads of people I've done it, and they've kind of got some sort of coating on them, a glossy coating. They don't take, they're not stamped on super smooth. I was talking to Leslie from Chocolate Baroque
Yes.
earlier. All her papers are printed on a super smooth. All of the all of the Genie's art are on a super smooth. So they actually take the ink absolutely beautifully, so you can completely change the look of one.
John, I
Or
don't...
get that really... To me, that looks so classy now
It
compared
does.
to
Nice and
that
vintage.
piece.
I do need to give you some news. I'm sorry for interrupting.
That's all
We're
right.
technically sold out of the glue. If it's in your basket, you're lucky. Check it on out. Technically sold out means it's all been allocated. The magnetic storage is also now limited stock. Don't want to rush you, but I know with the way things are going, with the storage selling out, there's people grabbing this, grabbing these magnetic sheets. So we're almost going limited. Oh, we are limited stock on those. Only £9.99. Even if you're making fridge magnets out of it, using the paper from the one-day special.
Well, the paper would glue. I tell you what, we'll try that. We'll glue some of the paper to one of the magnets and we'll make a fridge
see
magnet.
if we can make a fridge magnet.
So what I've got then is I've just, again, the glue's on. I've gone and I've cut round that. But again, I've got a little bit of time. It's just started to go now.
Yeah.
But I can still give that a good peel. That's what I absolutely love. That's what, to me, makes a big difference on glue.
I like your glue, John.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
And so does everyone else.
And
There's some...
there's some fantastic things coming in the Craft Artist brand.
Really?
Yeah, there really are. There's some really nice sort of new gluing things and different things coming in that in the Craft Artist brand. So what I've done now is I've just put a little piece on and again inked it. And all I'm going to do is construct my card. Now, this is one of the best things to say. Do as I say, not as I do. Always make sure you keep your pin somewhere safe, and when you've finished with your glue applicator, you put your pin straight in. Don't do what I've done and lose it somewhere random. So
Always have a pin
always
cushion in it,
remember to have the pin in there.
Okay.
So what we're going to do then is I'm going to just go along the bottom, pop one piece I've glued there, and again, I've got wriggle room.
Here you have.
I can move that, and that was even with that really fine. It doesn't grab instantly, but it grabs when I want it to.
Yes.
So then I've got really simple.
And this is using the card from your one-day special. You get 6 different colours, 4 of each. It's a linen style card. It's beautiful. Do you say it's 170?
No, the paper pad is 170 GSM.
175.
This is 240,
Sorry,
I think.
240. Beautiful colours on there. And the paper that John's used is coming from one of the paper packs. You can buy them as a pair separately if you want to. That's part of your one-day special. This is why it's such great value for money. And now you're using another element.
Well, yeah, I wanted to actually grab, and somewhere I will have it.
What are you looking for?
Terrible for doing this. Somewhere I put things in random places, and I'm really good at it.
What are you looking for?
This is one of the backgrounds, so I'm going to... No, I won't steal one of your background sheets.
You can do.
Ah, there we go. Have I found them? Are
Have
they
you
in
got it?
here? Let's have a flick through. No, of course they're not. So we'll find that. This is one of the background sheets.
Yes.
So I'm just going to steal one. I won't
Yes, you
cut
can.
it.
That's all right. I'll bring them all over.
But what you've got, these are included in the one-day special. What you've got are these beautiful, it's beautiful artwork. It
Yeah, it
really is. And again, it's been hand done. This, you know, they're not clipped off anywhere. You know, these have been drawn and put together. But they're all actually die cut for
they
you.
are, yes.
So they're all actually die cut with little tabs to come out. So that seam's already done, so you're not using any scissors. I mean, that to me is just a house in Tuscany.
Yeah, it is. It's
It
lovely, isn't
really,
it?
really is. But these are printed again on a super smooth with a gloss finish.
Very nice.
So again, normally when you've got a gloss finish on a printed paper, like this, you can't ink it because it won't take the ink.
Okay.
Whereas if you see, this is taking the ink perfectly.
There's some lovely scenes. You've got country scenes, you've got beach scenes, you have got, oh, look, that is very apt for this time of year. All the lambs are out in the field at the moment. Let's hope they stay there. And then you've got the deer, the stag, and you've got, oh, and that could be sunrise or sunset. That's what it's like when I drive to work and away from work.
Yeah.
The mountains in there as well. Some lovely images. Let's show you another one that we've got here. Oh, that's, do you get a couple of each?
You get one of each sheet inside the pack. They actually put a backing sheet on with each one. So there are 6 designs.
Yes.
4 sheets, 1 sheet of each, 4 different
yes, look.
things. So there are...
That's a different stag to the one we saw before.
6, 12, 18, 24 different designs.
Fabulous Dutch scene there. Or double Dutch scene there, like that. We've got the mountains, the windmill and the cows, the Frisian cows in there. It's lovely, isn't it? Beautiful scenes. Oh, you're really going to enjoy using these. Love them.
So all I've done now is just put a little bit. I don't need quite so fine, so I'm used to using a bigger bottle. So I've got one of the images. We're going to just drop that in, and I'm going to tilt him slightly. So that
Which
that's
one are you
on.
using?
I'm using, it's like a butterfly edge. I think it's that one there.
Yeah, that comes with the seaside at the top and the lily pond.
But
and that beautiful
I've got some excess glue on here, but of course, where I don't want it.
Okay.
On this bit, so I've just wiped it off with my finger. You do the chewing gum trick.
Don't talk to me about
Do it
chewing
on your
gum under
jeans.
tables.
Oh, I don't like chewing gum at all, but...
It's the reason why I got sacked from the church choir.
That was the only reason, was it?
They accused me of putting bubbly gum under the pews, but I had nothing to do with it, and it stayed with me for all these years. It had nothing to do with me. Jonathan Webster. There you go.
There you go,
Named
if
and
you're
shamed.
watching.
If
Yes,
you're watching.
you've been named and shamed.
Yeah.
But we've got quite a simple thing. Now, what I'm going to do next, this is one of the decoupage sheets, which are available separately. But they've got the same sort of design and drawing. They've got the same images, the same sort of designs on them. So that one was mine, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
So now I'm going to take one of my die sets. I'm going to use the beautiful spring frame.
And these are included in your one-day special.
And
they're
the nesting
beautiful.
dies. I think these are absolutely, genuinely beautiful.
Yeah, they're
really
$9.99 each if you want to go for them separately, if we've got any. The only way to get some of the elements now in the one-day special is to go for your one-day special, saving £30.
So what I'm going to do, I want to have a nice frame to sit this on.
Yes.
Yeah, and I want a different sort of shape on it.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this frame down, but I'm going to take another one of the card blanks.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take another one of the card blanks. I'm going to put this evenly around 3 edges.
Okay.
And I'm just going to tape that down.
And you can do that by your eye. You don't really need to measure.
No,
Yeah.
no, not at all. You can easily sort of just measure it. And I'm also going to take then the largest nesting die
Yes.
from the set that nests in this. And I'm going to choose a little bit of that image that I actually like. So I could frame around it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to say, I quite like that. So I like those tulips. I'm going to have more of the tulips.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take mine there, and I'm just going to tape that one down. There we go. And we're just going to run those through my machine. Bear with me 2 seconds while we run that one through.
Do we have any of the magnetic sheets left? They are literally just clinging on. I think the next couple of people that pop those into your basket, you're going to be very, very lucky. Details on your screen, $9.99. I'm so glad we had an opportunity to show you these because so many of you, look how many you're getting there, 20 of them. That's a good picture. And that shows you the whole 20 that you are getting.
So I'm just going to take that one out. So there I've got my... So you get, and again, if you can see here, you've got... Even though that's thin, the quality of the dies.
Yes.
If you can hopefully get, can you see where the edge has actually been chamfered down?
Oh yes, yes.
If you see it better on the reverse.
That's
you can
it.
actually see where the impression,
Wow.
even on, because it's good quality paper and it's a good quality die.
Makes all the difference.
That's what I found so amazing when we put this pack together
Yes.
was the quality that's in there for the price was just amazing.
Yeah, and this is a UK launch, remember, you can't get this anywhere else. News on your storage, it has sold out. Just that quick tip, on the top or the bottom, depending on which way round you put them, just give the hole a little bit more of a snip. So when you get them and you put them in your folder and you go, oh, why they... It's fine. You just snip the hole a little bit and then it will fit perfectly. It's the saving that John is passing on to you with these. So they're gone. I'm going to put those over there.
So I'm just going to take now another card blank.
3 sellouts already in the hour.
Yep. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this one on top in exactly the same place. And I'm going to drop my die back. Now, you have to be a little bit careful because you would think, when you look at this...
I like that as it is.
...that this is a repeating design.
I like... That is not... It's like you're looking through or up from a hole,
Yeah.
like a bunny rabbit.
But it's not a repeating design.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is, if you find this tulip, so what you do is you'd find a tulip and you'd find a tulip.
Yes.
Yeah?
Right.
And you'd think it would fit, and it does there, and then it stops fitting.
Okay.
Because it's not been done on a computer with that little section repeated round. It's been hand-drawn.
The whole design,
The whole design is hand-drawn. So I rotate, look, looks as if it's right, and then it stops there.
Yes.
Take the next tulip, put it in. Yeah, you found it.
Right.
But that's what to me, it's important when you've got things like this and you've got collections that you know that somebody had actually spent the time drawing it and getting it even right in their eye, rather than just going, oh yes, that's bit, let's pop this in and it'll just go and merge it together. No, Jeannie's sat and drawn each frame.
That's the quality, the quality that you're getting with your one-day special from Jeannie. Very, very talented artist.
So, here we go. So I'm just going to take this out because I'm going to do a bit of what I call a twofer.
A twofer?
A twofer. Well, I've always said that the waste from card 1 should make card 2.
Okay.
Yep, so I'm just going to slot that to one side. So for the minute now, so I've got the shape from the middle.
You have?
So I'm going to take the image that I cut out with the die, and I'm just going to glue around. There we go.
Now, have we mentioned the angel policy on all of this? Because I'm sure people are looking, thinking, right, I want to make some of these for the spring fair coming up.
You can, yes, because again, it's their artwork. It's Find It Media's artwork that's done it. They have no issues with you selling as for yourself or for charity. Again, standard policy that you would find. So as long as you cannot photocopy or copy at all any of the sheets, any of the designs that we've done, and sell those, but anything you've handmade using anything in the kit, you can feel free to sell for yourself or for charity.
Perfect.
Yeah. And what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to go with, so I'm going to pop that there.
It's a lovely card you're making.
It's something a little, it's not what people would expect, and
No.
I've really enjoyed it.
Yes, I can tell.
I really have loved doing this. But I've been a fan of Find It for an awfully long time.
Why do you like them so much?
Because there's innovation in their design, there's a simplicity and a naivety that is beautiful, and the quality is amazing.
Yeah.
And there's always something you can cut out, something you can snip, something you can do more with. They're not the classic one-trick ponies. So I'm going to drop this frame around it. So I'm going to find a place where it works. So here we go. So that's where it works, and find where it breaks, is what I call it. And that's where that fold is, yeah?
Okay.
So all I'm going to do is cut up where that fold is. Yeah. Okay. And then take it off, use my fine tip applicator to just add a little bit of glue on each of the tulips on the design, and then a few little dots. But this puts fine die cuts on so much easier.
I know, look at that.
Don't glue everywhere. The other good thing is, again, because the craft artist glue has very little water in it,
It's
then
not going to run over those little elements.
it's not, but also what it means is by the time I get to the end, I don't have to very quickly, because that's very fine, pop that on. I can take the time to get my pin back in
Yeah.
and put it down and not think, I've got to get that glued on now because that will dry, because the water pulls out into the card and you're left with nothing.
Be nice to put some glitter on there as well. It'd be easy to do that. You know,
it
write
really
things
would.
out and add some droplets.
So I'm just going to then move this round until I've got it in the right place. There we go.
Oh, look at that.
Where that fits. There we go. Tuck it into the corner. And I'm just
Oh,
pops
that
out.
is lovely.
And I'm just going to finish. I've taken a little bit of the decoupage sheets again. And I'm going to use some silicone. And I'm just going to put some silicone on. I love doing this. I feel like I'm a doctor.
I know. I feel like I'm your assistant, although I'd be no good in theatre.
No, I'd be terrible. Now, this one I've already pre-cut, but I just wanted to show you that it's not an absolute killer to cut this.
And you're using big scissors.
I can't work with tiny scissors.
Really?
I really, really can't.
Twist the
I
card,
find
not
it
the
a lot
scissors.
easier. Move the card, not the scissors. So although this isn't the edge of the design, I can pick out elements of the design, because when the artists actually draw it, they draw it in a way so that decoupage can be pulled out of it. But it means that for us at home, even on the paper pad sheets, we can pull out elements and easily cut round them. Okay. We're not spending hours doing it. So there we go. Go into there. Easy done. One thing of the scissors. A little bit of silicone, and we'll just balance those flowers there. And there
Isn't
we
that
go.
lovely? Such a full, detailed, beautiful card with that lovely scene on. How are you going to use yours? What are you going to do with yours? But you do need to get them home. That is your one-day special. You can get it on FlexiBuy. You're saving £30. Superb value for money, and it's a UK launch as well. Now, one of the things that I love working with you about is the way you describe things, John.
Thank you.
And I learned so much from you, because you've got a really nice, patient way, a very clear way of explaining what you're doing. So I do learn a lot.
Oh.
And that makes me very happy to let you know there is a craft along with this chap on the 28th of April, and if you want to get involved, it's at 3 p.m. You can buy the Craft Along kit, and it's on your screen right now. It's 2 payments of £25.98. It's 2 hours.
It is. Of just me.
Uninterrupted. There will be a presenter there, but
Hopefully. I'm trying to talk Janice into making it.
this is
No,
what it's
because
going
you'll be sat over there.
Yes,
'cause that's
this is
we
what it's
planned.
going to be
You'll
like.
be sat in that corner making.
Yes, I will do everything John tells me. And to tell you a little bit more, or to show you a little bit more, take a look at this.
Would you like to improve your crafting techniques by watching and crafting along with your favourite Hochanda guest demonstrators, all from the comfort of your own
Let's show
home?
lots of samples.
If the answer is yes, then we are very excited
When
to
you see
invite
what
you
you
to Craft
do,
Along,
it changes.
where you,
When you
our
see what you
presenters
get,
and
when you
guests,
see what
will
you
create
do,
an amazing array of
it's
projects throughout the year.
Doing a standalone on this one.
No, I think we'll do that. George, do it with me.
Yeah, whichever you want.
So tune in, be inspired and create with Craft Along, your monthly crafting workshop.
It's a lovely way to spend an afternoon, it really is. Tell your friends, get a few of you round, have a little mini workshop with our John. You can watch the Craft Along again afterwards, because it will be available on the repeat channel. So we're very, very excited about that. Are you excited?
I am, to be honest,
Are you?
because I do a lot of workshops, and normally when I'm doing a workshop to sort of 16 people maximum. This is going to let me do a workshop to as many people as a viewing, to be honest. What I've done is I've put brand new exclusive dies in the kit.
Yes.
So what you're actually getting has not been out there. It's nowhere else. You can't get them anywhere else.
Here's a list of what you're getting. That's the item number at the top, by the way, if you want to get hold of this. It is important to get it before the day.
Yeah.
You can
because
buy it on the day,
You can, but the thing is, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be the first people to make this project anywhere in the world along with me.
Wow.
This has not gone out anywhere else, so you'll be the first people. And it's really nice, because it's nice to do the demos and it's nice to do the techniques. But what I love teaching, I love sharing knowledge. So we'll be able to do, for 2 hours, I'll be able to sit there or stand there and actually you'll make it with me. So you'll make it along as I make the projects. And we're going to get 3 done, apparently.
Oh, lovely. And people can interact with you.
Yes.
They can chat with you. It's going to be your show and your show. And the presenter, whoever's there, will just be there just to check on things. If you need a break, just to reiterate. But it is uninterrupted, that's the word I'm looking for.
It's something very different. When I've watched it's very different.
And they've been great. They've been very, very successful. So be part of that. 749961 is your item number. You're saving £7 on that price, £51.95, but you can buy it in 2 payment instalments if you wish. And then, of course, after the craft along, you can keep using your items and keep making and creating. Now, your one-day special is proving to be very, very busy. We've had a couple of sellouts already on items on the show. Let's talk about this exclusive that we've got, and let's show you some samples of what you can make and create with this complete collection. You're saving £30. It's a great price, and at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, if we've got any stock left, the price goes back up to £99.89. So that's the value of everything that you're getting right here. So what are we getting as we show the samples? Let's talk about it.
So what you're getting is, you're going to get 6 die sets. I think that's right off the top of my head. No, 5. Sorry.
5 die sets.
You're going to get 5 die sets. I think there's something like 35 dies between those 5 die sets.
Wow.
You're going to get 3 A6 clear stamp sets made in the UK.
Yes.
Of the polymer clay. My brain.
Well, they
polymer
could be
stamps.
made of
They
polymer
could
clay,
be. They wouldn't
but they're
stamp
not.
very well. With multi-layers, all brand new designs, really, beautiful designs. You're then also going to get a 24-page double-sided paper pad matching all of the designs across. So just look how beautifully the frame die cut goes with that decoupage.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
It is. It
Yeah.
really, really is. And that's just one of the pieces of paper. I mean, that one I love. I've got to thank Maxine for that.
That is
It's
beautiful,
just
isn't it?
Gorgeous.
I really love that, because that's like you've pulled the card open and you've got that window to the beach.
Yes.
Love that.
You have. So you're getting everything to do that. You're also getting all of the backgrounds as well. So you're getting 4 sheets with 6 designs, 6 separate ones on each sheet of the backgrounds.
And there's one of them.
And the card you need to make them.
It's great, isn't it?
And again, that's such a simple card, but I really enjoyed making that. But I will show you at 9 AM in the morning, I will show you how we actually get an aperture like that in a gatefold card.
Oh, that would be nice.
Because there is a little trick in there of how we do that.
Now, there's lots of different themes in there. You've got sea theme. So there you've got your lighthouse with the die and the beach house, which is on stilts. You've got a really nice mountain range as well. So you've got your stags in there, mixing and matching with the paper pads that you're getting. This is interesting because in some parts of the UK, like Wales and Devon, there are sheep on the beach. Yes, there are. And it's where, of course, that countryside just blends in with the beach. And those are the kind of holidays that I really like. 'Cause it brings everything together. And those are the kind of cards that you'll be able to make with the images.
And I wanted to show this card. This is using my die.
Yes.
So this is actually using the Foston that I launched at the end of last month.
Yes.
But I designed them to match other people's. All of these dies fit inside there. So they all fit perfectly as a frame inside the middle of the other dies that I've done.
Right.
Because everything I like to work together, and I make sure they're sized to fit with Find It, because I love Find It dies and products.
So if you do have those already, they will fit perfectly. This is a gorgeous one. Look at this. How sweet is this? You get the card to complete this. You get the dies to complete this. You get the imagery as well. That's lovely. Look at that. And with the die as well, just cutting it into 2. So you've got one side, and then you've got the other side just here. Absolutely
This is
stunning.
actually made by Sylvia, who is one of the designers for Find It.
Sylvia, I
They've
love
sent me
that.
some of their samples.
Love that card, really do. This is a nice card. Now, what do we call this style card?
This is, I think it's a Twisted Easel card.
Twisted
It is
Easel.
one of mine.
Not a Twisted Sister.
No, so I will be again showing you this in one of the shows tomorrow, or maybe at 8 o'clock, how to do that one.
That's lovely. And that, again, like you say, John, everything blends in together. The paper pad, the dies that you've got, the backgrounds all work perfectly.
All I've added to this card that wasn't actually in the kit is a little bit of blue ink.
Is that it?
That's it. Everything else was in this kit for that card, and it used not even 2% of what's in here.
Wow. To show you the dies, some of the nesting dies, and to give you an idea of what you can make and create, look at that. With 3 of the dies, now they're £9.99 each, so if you're thinking about it with your one-day special, this is all included. You're not paying for it, because this is £30 worth of value just here. You've got the great apertures. I'm showing it you this way because it's a lot easier for our cameras to see that, but you can also use it that way, so it changes again completely, doesn't it?
It does, and the diamond changes shape, as does the hexagon.
Yes.
Rather than a point at the top, you can have the straight at the top.
That's true.
So again,
yes,
you
I
can
turned
really
that.
work with hexagons. I love hexagons.
That is beautiful. And the other dies, just to show you what they will look like when you cut them out. Again, absolutely fantastic. And all match beautifully with the stamps to make and create the scenes. You've also got the paper pad as well. You can buy these separately if you want to, but these have got great scenes on them. Double-sided as well, John?
All double-sided, so you've got different scenes or different patterns or different textures on the back. I mean, I love this one. I've got to nick this one out the back.
Go on.
I love that because I know I don't have the skill to do that with ink.
Yeah.
I don't, to be honest.
That is lovely,
That one
isn't
doesn't.
it?
The orange side doesn't do anything for me. Some people would absolutely love it, but the blue side I absolutely love, and I couldn't manage that.
Yeah, you've got the patterns in there as well. That changes. And you used one from this paper pack to make the card.
I used that one. But if you don't like those shades, if you flip it over, you've got beautiful
lovely.
blues and aquas and pinks in that one.
That is superb value for money. You can get a double pack of these if you want to for £9.99. Details at the bottom of the screen. You're also getting your linen effect card and a piece of card.
It's almost like grey board, but quite thin grey board.
Yeah.
Just to hold the pack together. They really are concerned that you get things in perfect quality.
But you could use that with your crafting as well. It's a great deal. It's a UK launch. You can't get this anywhere else in the UK but here today on Hochanda. So I want to thank you, John,
No, thank
for
you
bringing
for
this
letting
to
us
us.
bring it.
Yes, and thank you, Jeannie, as well, because your artwork is genius. It really is, and it's all hand drawn. It's beautiful, so you know you're getting the quality. Well done to everyone that got the storage, the magnetic sheets and the glue. They are all sold out. Busy show. Please join John and Dave again at 8 o'clock tonight. You're here all day tomorrow as well.
I'm here all day tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Excellent.
Thank you very much, John. We'll see you later. Please stay where you are because we've got Dave coming up next with a great show. Bye-bye. Sizzix Happy Hour. Oh no, I'm not in tomorrow. Oh well. Sizzix Happy Hour, Crafts 2 one-day special and family favourites. I wish I was in now.
Wakey wakey, rise and shine. Welcome to Good Morning Hochanda, your daily breakfast fix of your favourite crafts at 7 a.m. Whilst you're getting ready to start the day, join us every morning for the deal of the day. A product available at a special price but only for 24 hours or while stocks last. Part of your morning routine should also be the sunrise specials. Your favourite crafting items available at a special low price but only for the hour. Tune in to Good Morning Hochanda and start your day with a deal.
If the answer is yes, then we are very excited to invite you to Craft Along, where you, our presenters and guests, will create an amazing array of projects throughout the year. So tune in, be inspired and create with Craft Along, your monthly crafting workshop.
These 75 sheets of 300 GSM white stamping card from Dolly Dimples are an essential for any crafter's stash. Ideal for getting the sharpest print from your stamp collection, this sturdy versatile card can also be lightly watercoloured and spritzed upon. To add to your crafting stash, go to hochanda.com.
Hi, I'm Joe from the Mill Shop Online. Welcome to the Mill Shop Online. As you can see, we're a lot of fabric here. We're very passionate about our fabrics. We're one of the largest online sellers in the UK of fabrics for upholstery, soft furnishings, and now the lovely craft market. Whether you're starting out with fabric or you're an experienced sewer, we love to bring projects that every ability can really have a go at. So don't miss the Mill Shop Online shows on Hochanda.
And you will be. It is a happy hour. Welcome along. Good evening. Hope you had a nice weekend. But it's not over yet. It's still very much Sunday. 7 o'clock, happy hour until 8 o'clock tonight. Now, what that means is, just checking, yeah, it's 7 o'clock. I am in the right place at the right time. We have got for you a happy hour of Sizzix. All of these prices are only these prices until 8 o'clock tonight. When 8 o'clock hits, if there's any stock left, the price will go back up to where it should be. So please, if you want to shop ahead of us, this is always the best thing to do on happy hours, because obviously it takes a little bit of time to get to everything, to show you what the deals are, what the items are and everything. Here's the website. It's got everything that's in the show. We've got alcohol pens, we've got the Sidekick die cutting and embossing machine, which is fab. That's on a special price. Look, these are all activated special happy hour prices. $11.99 down from $14.99. They're great reductions. $25.99 down to $19.99. Now's the time to get the Sizzix toolkit. If you've been promising yourself that, it's in the show at a price that's only going to be this price until 8 o'clock tonight. Happy hour all the way. Now, the lovely Katie Skilton, who's a regular guest with Sizzix, we have quite a few guests with Sizzix, she often is asked, when she's doing demonstrations, what cardstock are you using? I love that palette, I love that colour palette that you're using with the dyes and things. This is very often what Katie's using. So if you've been wanting to stock up on the cardstock, the 80 sheets of cardstock, it's all 216 GSM. It's got a lovely linen texture to it as well, which if you're getting close, this is one of the things that makes Sizzix dies and Sizzix shows kind of stand out and stand apart from others. It's got this beautiful linen texture to it, which is, if I put my hand there and cast a shadow, you can see it. There we go. So all of these colours are very, very unusual and different and make Sizzix shows kind of a bit unique. So you've got these wonderful teals and blues and custard? No, that's more of a kind of a mustard colour. And you've then got blues and pinks. Very, very fresh, very vibrant, very beautiful. There's 80 sheets of 216 GSM here in 20 different colours. So you could get 4 of each colour for only £11.99. Now this, every day of the week, sells at its normal price of $16.99. Today, this hour only, you can get it for $11.99, nearly a third off the price, off of something that doesn't need to be reduced. None of the Sizzix items need to be reduced to be popular. They sell every single day at their full price. Happy hour. When we do a happy hour like this, it pays to get in early. I reckon we're going to have some sellouts in the show. $11.99 then for all of these sheets of A4. Gorgeous quality. It gives you a little list of the palette on the front as well. It comes in a cellophane wrapper, so if you don't necessarily want to open it straight away, you can see at a glance all the different colours that you've got. It's a bit like it's like going to a sweet shop, really, isn't it? All these wonderful different, beautiful pale pinks into the blues and greens, into the golds and mustard colours. Sunshine yellow, down to your classic greys down there as well. $11.99 then, that's our first item on the show. We've got some reviews actually of what people have said about this cardstock. This is really popular on the website. Look, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. If you're one of those people, and I'm a bit like that now, I won't go to a restaurant until I've looked and seen reviews. I won't book a holiday until I've seen the resort and seen reviews. Maybe you won't buy cardstock without seeing 5-star reviews, or anything really without a 5-star review. I mean, maybe if it's 3 or 4, that'll be all right as well, but this is 5-star all the way. Good quality, good selection of colours. Love the card on the colours, would buy again, definitely highly recommend. Love this stuff, been meaning to get it for ages, and the light texture is great. All relatively recent as well, 22nd of March, that last review. So there it is, that's our first item in the show, and we are busy, busy, busy. Thought we would be. Stock up, go for a couple. We're not saying 1 per person. You can go for a few if you want to, if you can afford it. And if you spend over £60 still on a happy hour, you can have and enjoy a flexi order. Spread the cost into 2 payments. Now, there are lots of alcohol pens out there on the market. And they do vary in quality. They're all pretty good. But sometimes you get a range that just, I don't know, really does stand out for its quality and what it can do for you. These are the Sizzix 12 alcohol pens in packs for just $10.99 this hour. Usual price, $15.99. If you order it right now, you will get them for £5 less than what you should be spending. It's a good feeling, that, isn't it? Nearly a third off the price. Now, let me just take these out. To start off with, I know it's only a small point, but the way they're manufactured, you can tell there's a lot of thought that's been gone into the casing, for example. You know when you see like a white plastic, if it's got that almost like UPVC glaze to it, it just feels and looks more upmarket, and that's what you've got with this. Really beautifully designed. All of these colours have got numbers, as all alcohol pens have, so you're going to get a lovely cross-section of colours here, blues and purples, reds, yellows and so on. The benefit of alcohol markers is they will colour literally anything permanently. Now if I hold up Ben, my floor manager, has done a swatch for you. There we are. That's what those colours are going to look like. But with alcohol pens, the great thing is that you can, if you buy the clear gemstones or clear pearls or just the white ones or the silver ones, you can actually change the colour of all of those permanently using these nibs. They are double-ended, so we would recommend that you store these pens on their side, because obviously the ink will go to one end if you put them in one end down first. So store them horizontally. It means that the ink is evenly distributed in the barrel and they're less likely to dry out sooner than they should do. You've got a wedge end one end, a bullet nib the other end, and they really are incredibly juicy. So whether you're colouring in with them or whether you are permanently changing the colour of, let's say, ribbon, for example. Buy white ribbon, go over them with your alcohol ink pen, and you then totally change the colour of the ribbon permanently. So you're going to get, let's just show you these colours. You're going to get that blue, the purple and the green. A lovely kind of biscuit colour. They're calling that cream, actually. That'll be good for skin tones, I would think. Let me just do the wedge. And by the way, it's printed on the barrel which end is which. So if you, like me, always open up the wrong end, you can just check on the barrel, see which one's got the wedge. So this would be skin tones, absolutely, or hair colour. Great for blending. Great for permanently colour changing. Very, very busy for this. £10.99. Go for a few sets. Is this going to be your Easter treat? Is it? No chocolate this year, thanks. No, don't want chocolate. I want something crafty instead, please. No eggs for me, thank you. Actually, my mother-in-law, bless her, put some little chocolate nibbles in my bag before I left to come to work yesterday. She texted me today. Did you get them? I wondered who put them in there. Happy Easter. Really sweet. There's your... this is your light green. Let's show you this one. This is a really different colour, actually, this one. Yeah, really nice. Great for maybe greenery, grasses, that sort of thing. It's almost like a light turquoise, isn't it? Or a mint colour. Yeah. So there's lovely colours here, really lovely. You've got the bullet nib for more precise work, and you've got the wedge for larger surface areas. They come boxed like this, nearly a third off the price, and we're busy. Busy, busy, busy. If you'd like to order them, you can call us, or the best way, we always say, is to use the app, or indeed to use our website, which is hochanda.com. You'll get those prices provided you check out before the stock sells out or before 8 o'clock hits, whichever happens first. Get on the web, put it in your basket. If you're tempted to take advantage of lots of other deals in the show, if you do find yourself spending over £60, which will be very, very easy to do, and why not, with all those savings, you can split it into 2 payments if you want to. Add it into your basket, it's there, but you've got to check out to make sure that your purchase goes through. But we're busy for those pens. I knew we would be. OK. Now, accessories, Sizzix accessories. Everybody crafty needs accessories, but they're normally full price. You normally have to pay a lot of P&P if you buy just one thing, and it gets really frustrating and annoying. Well, remember, Freedom members mean you don't pay postage anyway, but this is great because you're bundling up a few of life's essentials here with this particular kit. To start off with, who needs double-sided rolls, foam rolls? You're going to get 2 of them. These aren't double-sided tape. They actually are about, I think they're about 2 mil thick, the actual tape that's on there. So you're going to get 2 rolls of that double-sided foam tape. Then, this is really clever, if you struggle sometimes, especially with really intricate dies, to get the die cut out of the die easily, these are quick release sheets. Now you're going to get a set of 25, but you get 2 packs. So you're going to get 50 of these. Now the idea is that you put one of these over the die when you put your cardstock into the machine. And what it does is it creates almost like a non-stick barrier between the die and the cardstock, so that when it comes out the other side, your die cut just literally falls away from the die, making it a dream to clean. They are 4 by 6 inches, okay? So you're going to get 50 of these quick release sheets for $9.99. That's what you're paying for the whole thing at the moment. And then down here, hang on a minute, 2 double-sided foam rolls, 50 quick release sheets for dies, not just Sizzix dies or Sizzix machines, just dies in general, any thin metal dies, that will work in. But then you're going to get 2 Sizzix tape pens. brilliant. Permanent adhesive rollers, 2 of those. Does it say how long it is? Didn't look at that earlier on. 8 mil by 10 metres. So you've got 20 metres of 8 mil wide adhesive. Great for your matting and layering. Great when you don't want to be cutting things and trimming things. Just literally stick them down with the tape pens. Now the foam tape is 5 metre rolls. So you get 10 metres in total there, 50 quick release sheets and 20 metres of clear adhesive on the pens. And that is £9.99, £4 off, nearly a third off the price. These are not kind of petty reductions or a pound here and a pound there. They're comprehensive, good percentage reductions that you can enjoy. All from Sizzix, 372-882. It's a great brand. If you're new to Sizzix, try them. You'll be absolutely won over by the quality of Sizzix. You will adore them. And by the way, we do have lots of other things in the show as well, and lots of you are jumping ahead of us and are putting this in your basket. What we've got here is the A3 cutting mat and the storage case for the mat. Oh no, is that a storage case for the mat as well? I didn't see that earlier. Mat and storage case. How big's the storage case? It makes it look like the storage case is for the mat. That's not in the studio. Okay, hang on a minute. Let's have a little look. Cutting mat measures 12 7/8 by 17 1/8. And you've got a storage case. Now, there's 3 storage pockets, so basically, no, it's for tools and things like that. Yeah, so it looked as if it was the same size as the mat, but it's not. If you're going to get your sculpting kit and your tools, your Sizzix tools, that's what you can put them in. So the mat and the storage bag together, £16.98. Lovely. I love Sizzix colours. I really, really do. The grey and the turquoise together, very classy. Sizzix branded. And then, of course, you've got your healing mat there, self-healing mat there as well. £5 off, but that case obviously isn't bigger than the A3 mat. It looks like it there, but it isn't. It's actually a smaller case. Nearly a quarter off the price. There's even things that we haven't got in the studio that are available on the website. 440515 was that item number. That's a happy hour deal. Now, you've probably got a die-cut machine. I think most crafters I know have. Have you got a big shot? Are you a Sizzix fan? Well, if you are, or even if you haven't, you've got a chance today to own the Sidekick, which is the portable go-anywhere machine from Sizzix. It's the starter kit, so you've got everything you need, as you'd expect, to get started, including a couple of dies. So you've got the round, you've got the hearts, you've got the little tag die as well, which is great for your scrapbooking and journaling, that sort of thing. You've also got some embossing folders, Diddy embossing folders that are really sweet. One that's got a flourish, flower flourish on it, one that's got a happy birthday cake. You've then got some stamps as well. And you've got thank you, hello, and various stamps there. Plus, you've also got what is very important, are your cutting plates. Now, these have been, people have listened to what you've said, because a lot of cutting plates are clear. And what happens when you put a clear cutting plate down on a work surface or on your crafting table? You can't find it because everything, it virtually disappears. These have been coloured so that they're like a greeny colour, so they stand out against your worktop. Also, you've got, of course, your embossing pad there as well included too. Now, I measured this earlier on, and this is 8 centimetres, the mouth of this. Now, you'll be surprised when you actually get this home just how many dies you've got, whether they be Sizzix dies or other brands, doesn't matter. You'll be surprised how many of your dies will go through here. So it could be that you get a little bit frustrated. If you're putting a tiny die through the machine, you've got to put the big plates on, use your big machine, a lot of effort, a lot of weight. This is great. You can use this in conjunction with your big machines really easily. It's got a great suction. Look. That's how strong the suction base is on your Sidekick. So that's not going to slip and slide anywhere. The furniture in the studio might, but this won't. And of course, you've got the handle. You've got metal rollers in there as well. This is 8 centimetres from side to side, 8 centimetres width. And so in inches, do we know what that is? Can we do a conversion? How much? 2.5 inches, is it? OK, 2.5 inches or 8 centimetres from side to side. So a lot of dies, it doesn't have to be Sizzix dies. Any dies that are that or less can go through there. And it's just a great go-anywhere machine, but it's also great to have on your side next to your bigger machines when you're just doing smaller jobs and you want to do them quickly. Now, this has got better than 25% off. It's the £10 saving. £34.99 is the price. You're going to get a few dice to start you. You're going to get an embossing folder or 2 to start you. And, of course, you're going to get some stamps there as well. And it comes in your Sidekick box. Is that going to be someone's Easter gift? No calories in there. 907699, your item number. Now, this is the bigger brother or sister. This is, of course, the Sizzix Big Shot, which I know a lot of you actually have. This is the Big Shot Plus. We've got the Big Shot on the website as well. But you can see, obviously, a lot of you have that. But that isn't necessarily portable. You wouldn't necessarily want to take that to a crafting crop or to a friend's house. That would get a little bit arduous carrying that around because it's weighty. This is perfect. But it's also great to use when that's just a little bit too much. You don't need it because you're just doing 1 or 2 little dies, or maybe you're doing lots of small flowers. And you've got to do a lot quite quickly. This is, you know, in next to no time, you'll have fed these plates through, and it's just, you can go and take it downstairs. You can put it on a lap tray if you want to. You wouldn't necessarily want to put that on your lap, but this you certainly could. £34.99, £10 off, 907699. If you're looking for a quality machine that you can put your trust in a brand that has been around for years. You know, the Big Shot hasn't changed its design in a number of years because it's so good, it's so reliable. So put your trust in Sizzix. They know what they're doing. They're making machines of quality. And then if you want to move it, you just literally lift that lever up like that. That releases the suction. If I just show you, I don't know how... I can virtually lift this table, and this weighs a lot. I can virtually lift this up with the power of the suction on that. So if you've got one that just kind of slips and slides all over the place, time to maybe upgrade and get yourself a Sizzix Sidekick. Now, we've got the paper sculpting kit. I showed you this actually when we looked at the website at the beginning of the show. Normally in shows, this is almost like an extra that we show you. You know, we feature like the main one-day special or the main special offer, and then we mention these tools because every demonstrator for Sizzix uses them and raves about them, but normally they're £25.99. 3 5-star reviews from some of you who've already purchased this, who've taken the time to review it. Thank you for that. These are £6 off. £19.99. £19.99, and it is, you're going to get the ball tools, various different sizes, so great for sculpting leaves and petals and things. My favourite tool in there are the tweezers. I love those because when you release them, take your fingers away, they grab. And they're brilliant. So if you're heat embossing or something like that, or doing shrink plastic, anything along those lines, they are going to save your fingers, but also you're not constantly having to put pressure on them. And then you've got a foam moulding pad at the back, and the turquoise one, that's what you'd use with the veining tool to put a line through leaves, for example. So that hasn't got much bounce to it or absorption to it. It's got a little bit, but the foam pad at the back is what you'd use for shaping your petals and shaping your leaves. And your scissors are in there as well. £19.99, it is flying at the moment, and that price will go back up to £25.99 in 43 minutes' time. Right, lots of you shopping ahead of us. Now, what about if you have a big shop? Are your pads a little bit warm? I mean, the thing about, obviously, any acrylic pads is that they are going to get cut into. That's what they do. That's their job. So they are going to eventually need to be replaced. But like I said to you before, what Sizzix have done is they've listened to customers who've said, oh, we struggle finding, we get so much going on our craft table, we lose where our plates are. If we put them on the floor, we can't see them because they're clear and you can see the carpet through it and you miss where it is. These are the new blue brilliant cutting pads. Now they will go through the Big Shot and they'll go through the Big Shot Plus as well. No problem at all. You're going to get, do you get one? Is it? Oh no, 2. You get 2. There's maybe that one there and that one there. You're going to get the embossing pad, and you're also going to get the embossing plate as well, the plastic embossing plates. You get the rubber mat, the plastic mat, and then you get the 2 acrylics that are in the bluey greeny colour. And all of that should be £24.98. It is £6 off. Okay, £6 off, £18.98 is your price if you'd like it. So this is basically the emboss and transfer set. So this is what you can use your dies. You can actually emboss them. Yeah, so basically you turn your metal dies into embossing folders. So rather than cut, they will actually just leave the impression rather than cut through the card. So it knows exactly what pressure to put on the die. And how many times have you tried that and it's actually cut when you didn't want it to? This plate will solve that problem for you. So they are for the Big Shot, the Big Shot Plus. If it's time to upgrade and get some new plates, they are reduced only for the next 45 minutes or thereabouts to £18.98. Now, this is genius. It really, really is very clever. Every base plate for a Sizzix machine has the bottom printed with instructions as to how to use it. So you don't have instructions in a drawer that you lose or get torn or the dog eats or whatever. There's always that reference as to what you do with it and what you use with it on the actual base plate. But sometimes, have you maybe reached for your tape, your masking tape or whatever, low-tack tape, and you've put that on the die in the hope that it doesn't move, and what happens? It moves and it double cuts or whatever. It just, it kind of, you know, rhubarbs your work. This has got a very strong magnet in it, so much so that you can put this plate on the bottom, then you can put your die. Is there a die, Ben? Let's just get a die out of the sidekick, maybe. There was one in there, just to show you how strong the magnet is. So normally you'd put a die on this plate and then you'd stick it down with masking tape. Thank you, Ben. Because you've actually got a strong magnet in there, look. How clever is that? Now, a word of advice, don't put the die directly onto there, because that magnet is so strong you'd struggle to get it off, okay? But when you put your plate on, then you put your die on, the magnet is right the way across. All the way across, so it keeps your die exactly where you need it. You then put your other plate on top of that, because that's all you need with Sizzix, with the Big Shot, is just literally 2 acrylic plates to do a die cut, and then you put it through your Big Shot or Big Shot Plus machine. So that is not going to slip anywhere. That is on there very, very strong. Very impressed. So if you've got a Big Shot or a Big Shot Plus, treat yourself to this magnetic base. Now this is £24.99, and whether you've got the Big Shot or Big Shot Plus, Big Shot, it will go through that way. Big Shot Plus, you can even turn it around and it can go through that way. So if you're doing quicker projects where you don't want to, you know, turn the handle too much or whatever, you've got that way of using it if you've got the Big Shot Plus. Nearly a quarter off the price, £32.99 it should be. It is down by £8 to £24.99. Clever. Just by putting a magnet in the bottom, it just makes everybody's life that much easier. And of course, they will work with all metal dies, all thin metal dies, no matter what manufacturer or what collection you've got. Because I'm sure if you've been crafting a while, you've got every brand under the sun. Maybe you've been on holiday abroad and you've bought different brands abroad. They're all going to work on there. They're all metal. Now, we've got some really good reviews on the website for this as well. Just does what it's meant to perfectly. Very useful, works well, does what it says on the tin, made it very easy to use thin dies. It's just a problem solver, really. So add it to your order and it shows you exactly what sandwich to do to actually use it. Now, we've also got the precision base plate for you as well. Now, how many dies have you got that they're actually getting more and more intricate, more and more detailed as the months and years go by? So you've probably got a die or two, or maybe more than that, that you struggle with, that doesn't have complete cutting all 360 degrees around it. That's why this has been invented. It's compatible, as you can see, with lots and lots and lots of machines, Big Shot Plus and Big Shot, and it's in lots of different languages too. But the idea is that this is going to give you a very, very hard surface that is going to really help to cut the die into your cardstock or into fabric as well. So bearing that in mind, it's more likely to give you a perfect cut every single time. Now, this is only £11.99. Now, this is the sandwich. I don't know if we can get in close on this. So what we've got there is basically the base, the multi-purpose platform from your machine. You then put the precision base plate over the top of that, then put your cardstock, then put your die cutting edge down. If ever you've put like metal shims before, you always cut or put the cutting edge into the metal shim and it gives you precision cutting every single time. Then you put, of course, your acrylic plate over the top. Now, what that will do is it will give you, if you're cutting fabric, it will reduce the risk of it fraying. If you're cutting into cardstock, it will increase the chance that you're going to get a complete cut first time through the machine. So that's what this is all about, the precision base plate. It is a metal of sorts. I don't know exactly what the metal is, but it is solid. It's not flexible or pliable at all, so it gives a very hard surface that the die will go into. It won't damage the die, but it will cut the surface that you're wanting to cut that much more effectively and efficiently. £3 off. £11.99 for that, 322759. And here are some reviews as well from the website. Very useful for better cutting with cheaper dies. Some say, you know, some cheaper dies don't cut as well as maybe the more expensive ones. That may or may not be the case. Great fun, mostly with fabric. What a brilliant plate. I was trying to make a stencil using thin dies to cut heavy acetate from recycled packaging. It wasn't working. The dies would score the shape into the acetate but wouldn't cut right through. The plate arrived in the post at that point and it cut all the shapes perfectly. Snowflakes, stars, deer, and I was able to cut a 20 sleigh-shaped stencils for a workshop I was running. Fantastic. So if you've got, we've all got them, dies that are really stubborn, that just won't do what you want them to do, you know they were made for it, you're kind of cursing the machine. It's not the machine's fault, it's probably the die's fault, or maybe just not enough pressure for what you're trying to cut into, like acetate there on that review. That plate will do the trick for you. Okay, now, now this is something that you'll want to have. We've got 3 things in this accessory kit. The mini stamper's secret weapon, they're calling this. The ink pad and the acrylic block, the die brush, and also the foam pad as well. This is a brilliant starter kit. If you're going to go for the tool kit, which we showed you at the beginning of the show, add this into your order as well, because this kind of complements it beautifully. Now at the end here, we've got a Sizzix ink, and we've also got an acrylic block. Ink pad and acrylic block, so a good starter. Everyone needs that. That's what you put your stamps onto, obviously that acrylic block. In the middle just here, we've then got a stamping mat. Now, this could save you an awful lot of time and effort. You've got 2 ways of using stamps, and I was talking to Pete Simpson the other day and also to Leslie Wharton too. Now, Leslie likes to put foam on her stamps and then put it on the acrylic block. Pete doesn't. He likes to use the stamp directly onto the acrylic block and then have a stamping mat to stamp into. So that's where the absorption is, to give you a better finish. So that's the way that you can use this. You won't need necessarily to put foam backing on the back of your stamps if you don't want to. You could just literally put like a glue stick, put it on your acrylic block, and then let the absorption of the Sizzix mat give you a brilliant stamped image, okay? So that is the mat from Sizzix, that's in there. Now this is one of those hero products. When you've got a die, especially a really intricate one, that's got lots of paper, lots of waste still in it, how many times have you seen people with a pokey tool stood there for like 10 minutes, poking this bit out, poking that bit out, cleaning the die between each use? It is laborious, and you lose the will. You end up not using certain dies because of that. With this is going to be your die cleaner, because you can quite simply just run the bristles over the back of the die, and most of what's in the die from the cut will just pop out into the bin. Very clever. And you've also got a foam mat on there as well. So in other words, you could, if you wanted to, as you can see on the picture, put the die onto the foam mat and just run it over the top of the die, and you'll find that all the bits just pop out onto the mat, pop it into the bin. So these 3 things, all good, useful things to have, should be £18.97. Nearly a quarter off the price, £4 off only for the next half an hour, about 34 minutes. Stroke of 8 o'clock. When our one-day special show starts, these prices all go back up to where they should be. And we've still got more things to come, so we're not even halfway through the show, and lots of you are shopped ahead of us. Now, that's proving popular. Another thing that's proving popular, and don't let the picture misinform you, the actual case, the storage case that's there, are for tools, okay? Tools and pens and things like that. So it's not bigger than the A3 mat. That would be one big storage case. The A3 mat, though, is proving very popular at £16.98. You've got lots of measurements on it as well. Inches and centimetres, or is it just centimetres? I think it's just centimetres, actually. But you've also got angles on that as well. It's in a lovely Sizzix grey, but it's a big cutting mat, a good surface to work on, self-healing, and of course you've got the grey and turquoise branded case as well for your tools. £16.98, a fiver off. Haven't got one in the studio to show you, but that's what it looks like if you want it. It is in stock, 440515. Now then, this is something that I know lots of people want, but when they see it, they think, oh, well, I want it, but 25 quid, I can't really afford it. But I'll wait, I'll maybe get it for Christmas or get it for my birthday or something. Get it today. Treat yourself. Less than a £20 note, it should be £25.99. Now, what you've got, firstly here, this is your flower shaping foam mat. Now, this isn't like, it's not like a mouse mat or anything like that. It's a pretty dense foam, but it's got enough rigidity to it, which means that you're not going to go through the leaf that you're shaping or through the petal that you're shaping with the cardstock. It's got a good resistance, okay? So that's your petal and leaf shaping. Not just for that, you can actually shape anything. If you're doing like an animal and you want to give the belly of the animal a bit of shape, you can use that foam mat as well, not just for flowers. This is really clever. You've got your ball shaping tools here, so they're double-ended. This one, by the way, if you're wondering what that sort of looks like, a dental pick, doesn't it? But it's actually for veining of leaves. This is the mat that you'd use for your leaves. Now this has got a little bit of squidge, but not much. So it's yeah, it's quite rigid. But you put your paper down and you literally use this tool to score down the middle of the leaf, and it'll leave a nice indentation, a vein mark. You've then got the smallest ball tool on the other end. They're all double-ended. Then they gradually go up in size. So depending on how big your flower or your petal is, depends on which ball tools you use. And then this one, I think I'm right in saying this is a quilling tool. Yes, it is. It's a quilling tool at the top. So that's got a little slit in it, which you can put your quilling paper in, and you can then swirl things round. So if you've got any of those dies that make flowers where you need to twist them, that's a great tool to use. Really, really good. Then you've got your Sizzix scissors, which are all, again, colour coordinated with the grey and the turquoise. Very classy and very good quality, with a protective sheath over the top. This is my favourite tool. I love this. Built so well, really well engineered. If I can get it out of the packaging, hang on. There we go. Now look at these, really well made. Solid metal, rubberised finger grips as well, so you get a really good grip on them. If you remove the protective cap over the tip, look, you release them, and they've got a really, really good grip on whatever you release them onto. Look, I'm not putting any pressure like you would do on normal tweezers to hold on to something. It literally grips it. If you heat emboss it, you're just going to be concentrating on your project. You're not going to be worried about your fingers getting hot. If you're doing shrink plastic or anything like that, it's perfect for that too. It's just a really good tool, but it's so well built. Really, really is, and Sizzix branded as well. So that's in there as well. Now's the time to order this. I've never seen this reduced. Have you, Lottie? No, Rottie's my producer this hour. Even when we have it on the shows, it's normally full price. It's nearly a quarter off for an essential. You've got half an hour only to get this. Half an hour left, and then the price at 8 o'clock will go back up to £25.99. Now, we've got on the website some great reviews, which we're going to have a little look at, actually. These are people who already have bought it and owned it and probably paid the full price for it. If you've never tried flower sculpting, this is a great kit with not just the embossing and seam tools, but scissors, tweezers and mats. Really good range of tools for giving die-cut flower petals and leaves more natural appearance. Great for sculpting flowers and adds good dimension. All 5 stars. Now, that's everything in the show. If you were waiting to see everything that we had on offer, it's all been shown. You've got half an hour now to take advantage of those prices. I will go back and remind you of some of the most popular ones, but it is just for this hour. These happy hour deals apply. If you want the toolkit, £19.99. And you know what? If you're in this club that Janice is about to talk about, you won't even pay your postage.
Hello everyone, I've got a minute or two to tell you why you should all be members of Hochanda Freedom. Did you know that with Hochanda Freedom you could be saving on your deliveries every single month? For just a £6.97 monthly fee, you'll benefit from unlimited standard delivery, which means the more you spend with us, the more you save. And do you know the best bit? You can cancel at any time. Becoming a member of Hochanda Freedom, you'll also be able to take advantage of our exclusive Freedom members discounts, where you can save anything up to 20% on an already fantastic Hochanda price. Freedom members will also receive our exclusive members badge and Freedom newsletter, which will keep you updated with all the goings-on behind the scenes. Look at all these benefits for £6.97 per month. Over 12,000 of you are already members, and we thank you so much for being part of our family and sharing your crafting passion with us. In fact, I'm going to hand over to you to tell everyone else about your experience with Hochanda Freedom.
I'm a Freedom member, which means I can shop a lot.
It's the discounts and all the special offers you get.
I get special offers, I get special discounts. They tell me when everything's happening. So if there's a special show I want to watch, then it's there.
I'm able to just shop when I'd like.
It's just good to have. Yes, you do save. If you buy like I do, you save.
You see, you could be a member instantly for £6.97 per month with no monthly obligation. So when you want to cancel, you can. Just give us a call or go to our website quoting the item number 888 888. So don't forget you get your unlimited standard delivery, exclusive Freedom discounts, members badge and members newsletter. What are you waiting for? Join Hochanda Freedom today and become a member of the growing Hochanda family.
Think about that. Not only are you going to get great deals because you're shopping in a happy hour hour, but also you won't pay the postage. And if you want to put Freedom membership in your order at the same time as you take advantage of a happy hour, you can do that. We can show you how easy that is to do, actually, and then you won't get charged for the P&P, and what you're saving in the happy hour you can put towards your Freedom membership and give it a go. So there we are. Freedom membership is 88888. That's the item number. Always has been, always will be. If you want to add it to your basket, there we go. £6.97 is what it costs. And then whatever you order, you'll notice that there will be no P&P on your order. So if you put, I don't know, we're going to go for the cardstock, the 80 sheets of cardstock, which is coming back in a second. Pop that in your basket, and then if you want to check out, the £2.95 will magically disappear because you've put Freedom membership in your basket. There we go. It's as easy as that. And then it knows when you're a Freedom member and when you're not. You can opt out of it at any time. It's a monthly membership, but if you don't want it after a month, you can just cancel it. Simple as that. Yeah, if you're going away on holiday for a few weeks and you're thinking, oh, I don't need it, just cancel it, opt out, opt in. It's entirely up to you. OK, let's go back to our A4 then. These colours are just so Sizzix. They are instantly recognisable, and they're fresh and they're bright and they're cheerful. I think that's what I love doing Sizzix shows. What I like doing Sizzix shows is they are of a very distinctive style. Lots of the dyes, when they're mixed with the cardstock, you look at it and you think, yeah, that's Sizzix, definitely. And this is one of Katie's favourite colour combinations that she uses on her shows when she demonstrates for us. There's a bit of everything in here. You've got your brights, you've got your pastels, but it is very fresh and beautiful. There's a lovely linen texture to this cardstock as well. Let me just grab one at random. What's a good colour for you to see on camera? Probably this purple would be good. It's... I think it's actually plain on the back. There is a slight texture to it. So you've got plain on the back. If you want to use the plain side, there's nothing stopping you doing that. There's the plain. But if I turn it round, can you see the... You can see the linen. There we are. Look, you can see the texture on that side. Only subtle, but it's nevertheless textured one side, smooth on the other. OK? Good shot. Right. So you've got green, you've got coral colours. I love this kind of grey down the end here. Is it grey or green? No, it's grey, isn't it? It could be a dark, very dark green. No, I think it's grey. Nearly a third off the price for something you'll reach for and use. A lot of you are multi-ordering, buying more than one. No reason why you shouldn't do that. It's working out to, how much a sheet? 15p a sheet. Look at that turquoise down the end, this teal. There's the orange, that's lovely. There you can see the texture on the orange. Some colours show up better on camera than others. But all of these have got the texture on one side and smooth on the back. Next to that, you've got a lovely, almost like a fuchsia. Then more of a baby pink next to it, then a coral colour. Very nice indeed. But it's unmistakably Sizzix because it's bright, it's fresh. And they do come like this. Not all loose leaf, they do come in a protective pad like that. So if you're not planning on using it straight away, don't worry about it. It's in a cellophane wrapper. And it shows you on the front exactly all the colours that you've got inside it. £11.99, £5 off, 714897. Happy hour is what you're watching. One of the best hours to tune in for. That and, of course, our one-day special. Actually, all our shows, let's face it. But happy hours are only that price for the 60 minutes and 60 minutes only. Now, these are, again, reviews for the cardstock. Thank you, by the way, if ever you buy anything, we would love to know your thoughts on what you've bought. Good and bad, but hopefully good. Love this stuff, been meaning to get it for ages. The light texture is great. Yeah, it's not going to get in the way, that texture. Don't think if you use stamping and things like that, it's going to stop you from getting a good result. It won't. Love everything Sizzix and not disappointed with this lovely card. Lovely colours, good value, looks so expensive, great quality card and colours. I wonder what all of those people there who gave it 5 stars paid for their cardstock. Probably not what you're paying today. You're getting it for £11.99. That's 80 sheets. Now, the busiest item on the show, I'm not surprised really, I suppose. Yeah, the alcohol pens are the most popular. They're one of the best prices as well, one of the lowest prices. £10.99. Dan, I should have asked you this. Have we got any ribbon or anything like that, or any clear gems that I can just colour? I didn't ask you before, sorry. These are permanent markers, and they're double-ended. So if I just take this blue one, let's just show you. Wedge end one end, bullet end the other end. Now, think about what you could use these for. We did some demonstrations yesterday with shrink plastic, for example. Colour it before you shrink it down. Thank you, Ben. brilliant. And of course, it really, as it shrinks down, it intensifies the colour, so it's great for that. Great also for things like ribbon. But now, what I think is one of the best benefits is that you can never buy coloured gems anymore, never buy coloured ribbon anymore, because when you've got alcohol pens like this, suddenly all of your gems become whatever colour you want them to be. And that is on there permanent. That's not going to wash off or come off on your fingers or come off on the cardstock. Should we do a faux amethyst? There we go. So if you were to buy multicoloured gems, they're probably more expensive than the clear ones. You have to buy the clear as well. So just buy clear and have some good alcohol pens, job done. What about a ruby? There we go. It doesn't go streaky. If it's an alcohol marker, it just covers surfaces that you would never normally be able to colour with a conventional water-based product. So things like acetate, it's great on. Plastics, it's great on. It doesn't make it look like it was actually produced like that. What about, let's do a canary diamond. There we go. Isn't that lovely? There you go, look. You are making gems before your very eyes. What about an emerald? You've got all these colours in these pens. Just kind of proving the point, really. Or peridot. This is kind of peridot green rather than emerald green. There you go. How about that? And don't they look as if they were actually made that way? They don't look as if they've been coloured at all. They're really lovely. They look like real gemstones. And it's same on things like fabric, on ribbon, on lace. With alcohol pens, you go over it. You've got that, for larger areas, you've got a lovely broad wedge. Wedges aren't always good, but they are on pens like this. Here we go, look. See how you can do large surface areas really, really quickly? Look. And they blend brilliantly, they really, really do. That's just come through from the back. And that's something that does happen with alcohol markers. Do bear that in mind. If you are doing like a colouring book or something like that and there's another page underneath it, put some copy paper, because it will sometimes go through. That's the nature of the beast. But you are getting gorgeous quality pens. They feel great to the touch as well. So if you are colouring for quite a long time, they're nice and smooth, lovely, very tactile, ergonomic barrels. You've got little... I don't know what you call them, like six little raised dots there. That's obviously for your finger and your thumb, so you can easily get the lids off. It's just, they just look the part, they really do. They are very, very well manufactured. The quality of the ink inside, as you'd expect, is second to none. They're only £10.99 for 12, so they're under £1 each. They should be £16 bar a penny. £15.99, and you get all these colours. There they are. Ben very kindly did a swatch for us before the show started. So you get 2 shades of purple, pink, red, blue, yellow, green. We've got very busy phone lines, I've just been told. I know we're not on Freeview this time of night, but it's still very busy. If you could go to the website, that is hochanda.com, you can pop them in your basket, enjoy that extra £4 off. Was it £5 off? £5 off, yeah. Yeah, that could go towards, I don't know, a treat tonight. Treat yourself to something. Why not? Maybe put it towards freedom, and then it's only costing you £1.97, really, isn't it, if you think about what you've just saved. Right, OK, now those are the things that are in the show. It's our Sizzix Happy Hour. It's just after 20, no, coming up to 7:45 now, isn't it? Yeah, nearly 7:45 on a Sunday night. One day special time with John Lockwood at 8 o'clock. But in the meantime, we're showing you Sizzix and we're saving you a lot of money, a lot of dosh. Another one of the most popular items in the show. These are essentials. When you can save money on things you need every day, you feel great. When you have to pay full price and maybe postage on top as well, it's kind of, oh, really? I do need my foam tape. You're going to get 10 metres of, I think it's 2 mil thickness by the look of it. 10 metres of foam tape, 5 metres on each roll. And then you're going to get all of this. You're going to get quick release sheets. Now, what is a quick release sheet all about? If ever you've tried to get your die off of what you've cut out, removing your cardstock, it sometimes can be, especially on really fiddly dies, it can be a bit tricky to get the die cut out of the die itself. And that's when you end up, if you pull too hard, you may pull a leaf off or pull a branch off or something. You make a sandwich out of this. So you put the quick release sheet, one of them, between your die and your die cut, or your your metal die. Then you put, of course, the cardstock over the top of it. And there's like a wax coating on it. Can you see just how shiny it is? And that then allows basically what you've cut out to fall out of the die effortlessly. So if you've got a real stubborn die, you may not want to use them on all dies, not all dies need them, but if you've got a real few stubborn ones that are really tricky to do and you've kind of fallen out of love with them, try these sheets. It will fall out of the die like you wouldn't believe. 50 of those, 25 in each. And then you also get 2 of your Sizzix fantastic tape pens, your adhesive tape pens. There's 10 metres on each of them, 20 metres of adhesive, and it's 8mm wide, so perfect for your matting and layering. It's totally translucent adhesive. You get the lot. The whole thing should be £13.99, which is good anyway. You're getting them tonight, the whole lot, for £9.99, and it's 372,882. Now, we've got the website, just to show you what happens if you don't check out. Our Lottie, she hasn't checked out her basket. Now, oh no. That means what you ordered has gone back into stock. So when we say sometimes, oh, something's bounced back, or we've got a little bit available of what we sold out of 5 minutes ago, you've only got 10 minutes approximately before what you put in your basket goes back into stock. So it's unfair if someone puts things in their basket and doesn't actually check out if someone else wants it. So that's why that's there. But yeah, you will get a warning that you're about to have your basket checked out. So please do check out as soon as you put it in there. That confirms your order. Now, the sidekick, we've got 15 minutes left on the show to take advantage of all the happy hour prices. That is all we've got. And I can't remember ever doing a Sizzix happy hour before. Not me. I don't know whether we've done one as a company. I think Charlie's done one, but I've not done one of these before. So they're not kind of every day. They're not something you look out for every single day of the week. The sidekick is the portable go-anywhere machine developed by Sizzix. Now, Sizzix are responsible for the Big Shot and the Big Shot Plus, one of the most globally appreciated machines. And also, of course, the Big Shot and Big Shot Plus are compatible with the Bigs dies, which not all machines are. Obviously, this isn't compatible with the Bigs die because it's too small, but it's a Diddy version of the Big Shot, which you can take anywhere. Now, one thing that really impresses me, I can't stand machines that have got suction that don't work. This it takes a lot to get that off the surface. I was basically lifting this up virtually. So the suction on this is really, really good. Great if you're putting it on your lap on a lap tray. Great if you're just having it by your side on your craft table. Make sure that there's no glitter or anything that would stop the suction on your worktop or anything wet or anything like that. But that really kind of holds on to the sidekick brilliantly. That's on there, rigid, good and proper. Now, like before, the acrylic plates they've developed for this are in the bluey green, so you can see them, because the clear ones you tend to lose because they just disappear. But these stand out. You've got your embossing plate as well, which is included too, and it's an 8cm mouth or 2.5 inches, which a lot of dies are, you know, less than that. You've then also got the embossing folders, a couple of little Diddy embossing folders to get you started, and of course some stamps there as well with hello, hello, and thank you. £34.99 the price if you want this, and it's down by £10 off, and you've got some dies over there to get you started as well. So, you know, how many dies have you got that are that sort of size or a little bit less? You could get a lot. You could probably get some dies that are in the one-day special in here as well. Not all of them, but probably quite a few of them. You could get through there, no problem at all. Oh, £10 off. $34.99. It's going that fast. $44.99 down to $34.99. It's the sidekick, okay? 907669. A3 cutting mat is going very fast, and remember that storage case is not that big. It's not bigger than A3. It actually comes with 3 pockets. It's got 3 pockets, and you can put your tools in your pockets, okay? So you put your acrylic blocks in there as well, but it is not bigger than an A3 mat. That is a bit of a deceptive picture. There we are, look. It's a kind of a standard tool size. So if you want to put like pencils and water brushes and things like that in there, you can do that, no problem. $16.98 is £5 off if you want that, and you do get the case and you get the cutting mat, self-healing cutting mat, and it is $440,515. Twice the size of A4. Right, now, have we got that die again, Ben? We'll get a die for you so I can show you the magnetic plate, because this is cool. Really good. Thank you. Now, first things first, the cutting plates that we've got are here. Now, these are separate. You're going to get your embossing mat. Now, that's been produced by Sizzix purely, so if you want to emboss with your dies rather than actually die cut with them. That's what this is all about. There are full instructions to show you how to do it, but there we go, look. Basically, gives you the plate sandwich. They do everything, they tell you everything that you need to do. But rather than having that die cutting, that die now becomes an embossing tool, because you've got the foam mat and you've got the plastic plate. So if you fancy turning all of your dies into embossing plates, then this is what you need. This is in there. You can never have too many cutting plates. These are the blue ones. So as I said before, if you've got clear ones, unless they're really badly marked, you probably can't see them very easily because they're transparent. The blue ones stand out that much better, so you're not going to lose them as easily. And you get, that's what you get there, isn't it? The embossing tools, cutting pads. Yeah, so that's what you get. Those three for £18.98. So the embossing pad and, of course, the two acrylics, £18.98, £6 off. Now, another ingenious add-on for your Big Shot and Big Shot Plus is this. Now, on a Big Shot Plus that's got a wider mouth, you can actually use this widthways like that, which will reduce the amount of time it takes to go through the machine, which is good. If you've got the Big Shot, you can use it that way. Now, I've got another die here just again to show you. This is a magnetic base. Now, normally the base on a Big Shot and Big Shot Plus isn't magnetic. This replaces the need for that, but what it does do is it gives you a magnet inside which holds onto your dies. Now, you don't want to put the die on there straight away because it's so strong you probably struggle to get it off. It's a very strong magnet that's designed to go through the first base plate. So you put that on there, stick that on there. Look, that really does take quite a lot to move it. It won't fall off. It holds it exactly where you need it held. You then put your other acrylic block on the top. You've got a perfect sandwich, but you know what? No more masking tape. That's not moving. That top plate, that's when sometimes it can disturb that die and it can move. When you've got the magnet there doing a great job, that's not going to move anywhere. Really, actually put cutting side down. I've done it, cutting side up. Cutting side down, cardstock there, boom, through the machine. There you go. £24.99. £8 off, should be £32.99, and it'll work through Big Shot and Big Shot Pluses. 234992. And the other one here is a precision plate. Now, this is a little bit like, you know, when you hear people talk about metal shims. Well, this is doing the same job. It shows you here, this is a standard Sizzix base, and then if you've got a die that you really struggle with, normally what you do is you put your two acrylic plates like that onto the base. That's normally the sandwich. But if you've got a really stubborn die that's just not cutting properly, what you would do is ditch the bottom plate, you don't need it, put this in its place. This is metal. So rather than cutting into acrylic, this is cutting into a solid metal, so the blade of the die is more likely to go through the fabric or the cardstock in one pass through the show, one pass through the machine. So all you need is to put your die there, cardstock underneath it, obviously, or fabric, whatever you're using, that on the top, then that goes through on the base of your standard Sizzix plate, okay? And you'll find that that stubborn die is not stubborn anymore. It's a bit like when you do put metal shims through. A metal shim helps to cut fabric much crisper. It helps to cut cardstock, and you know, the dies are just getting more and more detailed as months and years go by. So this is going to be a really godsend of a plate to have. It's only £11.99. It weighs quite a bit because it's solid metal. There's no buckle and bend in that. That die it's got nowhere to go other than through what you're trying to cut into. £11.99, £3 off. 322759. All these prices are going up in 8 minutes, or 6 minutes now, actually, because that's 2 minutes. Oh no, that's right, isn't it? That time, yeah, 8 minutes. 7.5 minutes, those prices are going to go up. We used to have a clock in here that was always about 3 minutes out, and it used to be just above our little TV here, and then we had to minus 3 minutes off what the exact time was, but that one up there is accurate, that's all right. So we've got about 4.5 minutes on the show. That's 7.5 minutes until the prices of all these items go up. Fill your boots, lots of you are. If you spend over 60 quid, you can have flexi as well, even on these reduced prices. Here are the reviews. Makes a massive difference to my die cutting. Great fun, mostly with fabric. What a brilliant plate. I won't read that long one out again, I did that earlier. Very useful for better cutting with cheaper dies. There you go. If you've got problematic dies, this is the answer, that metal plate. Okay, Stamper's secret weapon. What could that be? All of this, actually. You've got your fantastic stamping mat. Now, that could be and could make the difference between whether you have to put foam every time you buy rubber stamps on the back of your stamps, because not everyone likes doing it. Not everybody likes the cost of doing it, or indeed the process. You can think, oh really, I've got to do that? Well, this could mean that you don't have to bother about it. Pete Simpson, one of our guests the other day, was saying that he just puts the rubber stamps from his collection with a glue stick on the back of an acrylic block, no foam, and it's this that gives you the bounce. It's this that's the foam. So you'll probably find that it will make all the difference. The Mini Stamper's secret weapon is what it's called. So it's basically a foam stamping mat. Next to it over here, we've got our acrylic block. We've also got our Sizzix ink pad as well. And then over there, just making it difficult for Jimmy on the cameras. Let's jump around. There we go. We've got our dye cleaning brush, and you've also got your dye cleaning brush mat that's inside there. There it is, look. So that is a foam mat. So the idea is you put your dye that's kind of cluttered up with cardstock and paper. I'll just angle it so you can see the bristles. There we are. Put that down onto your mat and then go over it with the bristles. And the little bristles go through the tiny holes on the dye and all the paper just pops out. So it's the easy way of cleaning your dyes. You've probably seen lots of our guests use something like this. It's only £14.97. We got £4 off. Should be £18.97. £14.97 and it's yours. You've got now only 5.5 minutes to get these prices. Stroke of 8 o'clock, they go back to normal. All of these are on the website so you can see everything. Have a little look on Hochanda.com and you'll see everything. There's our alcohol pens. They've been a big success. We've also got, of course, our Sidekick machine there as well. Many, many reviews, 5 stars for the magnetic platform. It's really a godsend. It really is. No more sticky tape needed. And 5-star reviews for the next item as well, which is the Sizzix Sculpting Accessory Toolkit. It's here. If you've had your eye on one of these and you've been thinking, oh, I don't know, 26 quid, wouldn't mind it for Christmas. Well, what about getting it and treating yourself today? £6 off only for the next couple of minutes, £19.99. The brilliant tweezers, they are just genius. The scissors, ball tools, that, remember, is your veining tool for leaves. And you get various different size ball tools, and you've also got a quilling tool there as well, scissors included. These 2 mats, this is a flower shaping and petal moulding mat, which is slightly more rigid than the one that we showed you a few minutes ago for cleaning your dyes. This has got a little bit more rigidity to it, but it does have a little bit of give. So it's great. You're not going to go through the cardstock and pierce it. You just get nice shape to the petals and the leaves. This one is for your veining of the leaves. And you wouldn't want, you know, anything that's got too much give to it there. It's it's almost like, it feels like velvet or suede. And it's a mat that allows you to do scoring without going through the cardstock, so you can get veins and things like that on leaves very easily. So that's included too. So at £26, maybe you thought, oh, well, maybe one day. £20 or less, £19.99 today on the happy hour. If you're quick, you can get it. And it comes in a really nice Sizzix presentation box as well. Makes a really thoughtful gift idea. Well, that's everything. In the 2.5 minutes in the break, you can still order at these prices. The computer will automatically revert the prices back to the normal price as we start the next hour, John Lockwood and myself. So whatever you do, if there's anything that you want, if you just got in, just turned over, happy hour from Sizzix is about to end at 8 p.m, but the prices will still be there up to 8 o'clock in the break, OK? So go to our website, Hochanda.com. Provided there's stock, you can fill your boots. You'll see the Sidekick there. You'll see the new plates there. You'll see the toolkit there as well. Everything to do with Sizzix. Get in quickly while we still have those happy hour prices. One day special. Next. It's John Lockwood and the Crafts 2 One Day Special, something that's brand new and exclusive to us as well. Then we have family favourites with Cool Cats Craft and Crafts 2 One Day Special. Repeat a bit later at 11.
Made from 100% recycled material, these 30 sheets of 12 by 12 grey board are a must-have for every crafter. At 2mm thick, this high-quality grey board is strong and incredibly versatile, working well with a variety of different paints, inks and other mediums. Add this to your crafting stash at Hochanda.com.
Hi, I'm Katrina from Rowing Dean. We're a small family business that design embroidery kits. Embroidery has always been my passion, and I'd love to show you how to do some of the stitches and some of the kits. We're based in Derbyshire, and I'm really inspired by the landscape and flora of Derbyshire, and I think other people will be too. Our kits are really easy, and I hope they inspire you to have a go at stitching. Since we've been on Hochanda, we've had a great time. Everybody's been really friendly and really good. We've met loads of people all around the country who watch Hochanda and find it really inspiring. Don't forget to join me on my rounding shows on Hochanda.
Fancy making some extra Easter savings? Then join us for our fantastic Easter Spring Savers event here at Hochanda. From Thursday the 18th of April at 6 p.m. to Tuesday the 23rd of April at 6 p.m, we will be bringing you all your crafting favourites along with the opportunity to save as you spend. If you make any purchase during the day, you will be given a £5 credit to spend against any purchase of £30 or more on the following day. If you redeem your credit, you will receive another credit of £6 for the following day to spend against a purchase of £30 or more. Every day you redeem your credit, the next day's credit will increase by £1 up to a whopping £10, which means you could save up to £45. So don't forget to tune in for your extra savings from Thursday the 18th of April at 6 p.m.
Hello everybody, good evening. Welcome back to Hochanda. Great to have your company. John is with us today, our one-day special guest. How are you, mate?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Very good. Now, it's lovely when we bring you something that's new, but when we bring you something that's new and exclusive that no one's seen before, I get a bit excited.
Yeah, it's something different. I mean, I'm quite excited on this because we've been working behind the scenes with Find It to bring the Find It brand to Hochanda for an awfully long time now.
Now, you've actually got Jeannie's name on there. Now, Jeannie is the artist who releases a collection every 3 months or thereabouts. Yeah. And this is the hot-off-the-press brand new collection that we've never seen anything like this before here at Hochanda. This is a mixture of stamps, of dies, of glorious papers, wonderful scenes, and as you can see, they all kind of relate to each other. And these dies down here, they actually relate to the fantastic images that are coming up in just a second over on the other side. So you've got wonderful shaped dies for apertures. These just here, which are a separate item, aren't they?
They are, yeah, that's the decoupage sheets, which are separate.
Those dies match with that, but you can use them, of course, completely independently as well. So that's coming up in a second. But talk us through what we've got. There's a bit of everything for everybody.
There is so much in this. I mean, if I sort of start with one end, you've got 4 sheets here of high quality printed and die cut backgrounds. So you've got 6 different designs on each sheet and 4 sheets. So you've got 6, 12, 18, 24 pre-done, pre-coloured backgrounds all die cut for you.
Yeah.
We move on to the top. Here you've got, this is a double-sided paper pad, 170 GSM. And what I actually like as well is it's not gummed.
Right.
So every sheet is
loose
separate.
leaf, yeah.
So you're not losing that little bit at the edge with that tear when we tear it out. They're all totally double-sided. So the one side, next side. Yay, winner!
Yay! I'm glad you did that. I know, I'm so glad you did that. That's normally me.
I tried not to do it because I did it earlier. Yeah. So then we move on to this lovely plastic stand. Yeah.
Coming to a store near you.
I'm going to say, I feel like I'm in one of those comedies. Sorry, guys. So you've got the paper pads, you've got 24 sheets of that, double-sided, so you've actually got in there, I think it's 12 designs, you've got 3 of each moving on different sides.
There we go.
Then you've got the stamps, so you've got 3...
No one noticed, John.
Nobody noticed a thing. We'll just rewind and go back again. Yeah, it's not live or anything. You've got the 3 clear stamp sets, these are 3 A6 clear stamp sets, packed, but these are multi-layer.
Oh.
So you've got some absolutely beautiful individual images. So on this one sort of here you can see you've got the lovely deer and you've got the goat and things like that. But you've got both layers of the flower.
So it's like 3D stamps?
Yeah. You've got 3 layers to the trees in there. You've got 3 layers to the mountain. You've even got, there's a little mole in there. I'm trying to get my finger right. It's this one. No, it's not. It's this one. You've got a little mole, but you've got the colouring for the back. You've also got the little hole that comes out of and even colouring for that.
And you've even got, if I just turn this around just so you can see on the back, you've got some ideas, construction ideas, how to build the scenes. And you can copy that. If you're new to this, which you probably are, I certainly am, you can actually copy this to make that scene really kind of come to life.
You can, and what's actually happened is Jeannie has drawn that scene.
Yeah.
And then the individual elements have been pulled out to make the stamps. So it's not a case of she took the stamps and made the scene. the scene was drawn and designed, then she made it. So if I just turn this one round, I'm gonna knock something off. You see, this is the beach theme one, but it's beautiful. You can see there you've got the 3 little houses, 3 little sort of beach huts, each one with a different background, but you've got a separate stamp. You've actually got 6 stamps to go with that little beach house.
Love it.
So you can make it in lots of different ways. So you've got all of those stamps. So you've got 3 sets of those. Then we move down to the front. In here, you've got 5 individual die sets. So these are not individual dies. These are full die sets.
And these are worth $9.99 each, and they relate to the stamps, but also, of course, to the printed scenes that we showed you a few minutes ago.
Yeah, they fit with everything. So you've got the sort of the scene dies there. You've got the houses and the villages, and the little doors on those all open. They're all cut to open. I'm going to show that in the first demo. Then you've got the 3 individual sets here that you can see, and these are, if you want nesting dies, nesting dies are really useful. Here you've got a diamond, a hexagon, which is so hot at the moment, and you've got the flower shape, but they've got a hand drawn, and it's separate on each one, spring frame that goes around that nesting die. So it's a case of you getting, you know, we pay a lot for nesting dies, you're getting all the extra on there.
And look at the sort of things that you can do here. With one of the scenes in the background, you've got your hexagon to cut the aperture out like a porthole, but you've then got this wonderful decorative edge around the outside. But there's the image on the inside of it. So really lovely, and something very different. There it is again, using again the smaller circular or the kind of scalloped edge on that one. This is using the hexagons again in a totally different way. Really lovely, that.
I loved making this card. I really genuinely loved doing this. I've loved playing with all of this, because the great thing is you've even got high quality 250 GSM card included.
Yeah.
We call this card blanks, but there's no lines in it. There's no scoring. So you're not stuck to having to make a card blank, and it's a beautiful linen texture, and all the colours match to the range. So it's everything out of the box.
Now, the one-day special, importantly, is exclusive to us. You can't find this anywhere else at the moment, and it is normally $99.89. That's what you should be paying, 11 pence short of £100. Today, as the one-day special, it is $69.89 for everything. And because it's over £60, we're letting you have it on Flexi. So you can just pay today £34.95, not a penny more, no P&P if you're a Freedom Club member either, otherwise P&P on the first payment, and then the final payment in 4 weeks' time. It's groundbreaking, it's new, it's different. You can build scenes, tell stories, and it's all here today. Dies, stamps, beautiful printed papers. You've got the decoupage, not the decoupage, the die-cut
sort of die-cut
scenes.
background scenes. And again, each one of these is a piece of artwork in itself.
Yeah.
You know, this is not something that's come from a factory. This is not something that's come from somewhere, you know, clipped from somewhere in Eastern Europe or something like that. Jeannie is somebody who works for Find It. It's one of their in-house designers, and she's sat and drawn and coloured and done all of these papers herself.
And I love all these scenes as well, that basically are blank canvases that you can put the houses on, you can put the characters on, and all that sort of thing as well. And there are how many of those?
There are 24 sheets.
Right.
Double-sided, as I try and remember. There's just so much in it. That's what I really struggle getting across, is I have a struggle remembering. There's things like there's 30 dies,
sure,
but I can't remember how many stamps because there's so much in here.
And let me just flick through. There's another scene there with kind of tropical plants and palm trees in the background. So you've got scenes, but you've also got backgrounds, beautiful quality. Everything is double-sided. Stunning. So you can put those animals...
all printed and all made in-house in Holland.
Right.
So none of it's been farmed out or anything else. It's all literally made in-house, and they work so hard. Over the last month, they've been sending me... Yay, it's not just me. I didn't touch it. Over the last month, they've been sending me pictures of cards they've made and samples, and do you like this, and do you like that? And also things coming up, and there's some beautiful things coming up. Good. From Find It. There really is.
OK, well, have a little look at the website, because we've got a few things that did sell out in the launch that we've been able to get more stock of. You've been hot on the phone, John, in between shows.
Yes.
Now, we do have more of the Nellie Slellan stamp storage cases and 10 refill panels as well, 15 panels in total, $19.99. There's a freedom price on this as well, and that is $17.99. We've been able to get these on 2-day extended delivery, so only a couple of days and they'll be on their way. Also, we sold out of the glue, didn't we, in the first show?
We did, yes.
That is now back in stock as well. That's also on 2-day extended delivery, and you get the small little applicators as well. And we've also got the 20 die storage inserts with the magnetic storage sheet for $9.99. Normally there are 10 of them for $9.99, but there's a story there, isn't there?
There is, yes. When they came through and they arrived, They'd actually got one of the holes in the wrong place.
For the binder?
For the binder.
Right.
Now, I personally hate waste. Everyone knows I absolutely hate waste.
Yeah.
Obviously, we ordered the correct ones. We got the correct ones sent through. And to be quite honest, we received a discount on that stock, and that's what we're passing on.
Right, OK.
And, you know, Crafts 2 are very much in the same belief as me that, you know, if we get something as a better price, we give it to everyone at home as a better price. It's run by crafters who look the same way. And when I found we got this, I went, could we do like 20 of them for that price? I was going through, well, just about. Can we do it? Because I'm always in need of magnetic sheets, and I've paid more than that for 10 magnets on their own, let alone with the envelope.
What do you do then if the hole's in the wrong place? Just make another hole?
Make another hole, use your crocodile, which is what I was doing earlier, get a pair of scissors and just nick the hole a little bit.
There you go.
Or don't put them in a binder and just put one of those ring binders on them.
OK, no big deal then, really. And you're getting them basically for half the price they should be. $9.99, 238-881, extended delivery of just 2 days, so they should be on their way in a couple of days' time. Under £10 for all of those. They did sell out in the launch show, but we have more stock, so fill your boots while we've got them. There'll be a limit to what we can supply, but I don't know, is that it? Is that all we've got?
I think that's all we've got. Okay. I've done lots and lots of telephoning, and I had a text message about 3 minutes before we came on air.
Right.
Haven't got my phone in the studio, honestly. Which basically said we think we can do another 200 or so, or 300 of those, or however many. And I think that was it.
OK, we'll see more of those in a minute. But we've also got, of course, these fantastic images that are here. Now, these match the dies that are in the one-day special. So rather than cutting them out with scissors or whatever, the dies are the perfect size to cut out all of these images. And you can then, of course, turn these into fantastic, stunning cards as well. We've got lots of blanks, finished cards around the back here to show you.
We have. I'm just trying to find, there's a beautiful one, and I've probably put it in the wrong place, done by a friend of mine, Maxine.
Is that the diamond one?
The diamond one.
Yeah.
There we go.
There it is.
What they've done is you can cut the diamond out with the die, or any of the dies in there. But the diamond is slightly bigger, and the idea is so that you can do this. So what she's actually done is she's put the back layer on, she's just cut it with scissors, but put the frame over the top and then mounted the rest of the decoupage on the front. Now, to me, that looks as if it's going really deep into that scene, but if we actually turn it, it's not that deep.
No, absolutely.
It's actually the work that's done in the decoupage sheets that do it for you.
It's like an optical illusion, isn't it?
It is. It's magic.
I love it.
It really is.
Well, that is $9.99 if you want the decoupage sheets, and you get 2 foam pad sheets as well, which are just down there, which you probably can't see. They're just in front there. There they are. OK, so you get those as well for £9.99, there we are. And you've got all those images that the dies will cut out perfectly. 747271, your item number. Now, we've also got more images, more of the double-sided papers that are just down the end here, again from Crafts 2. And these are again from Jeannie?
These are all again from Find It. The company that does all of this is called Find It Media. They've been working in Holland for over 20 years now, and Jeannie's Art is one of their brands.
Yeah.
So it's all from them. What you're getting here is you're getting 2 of the paper packs. So you're getting 24 times 2, which I think is nearly 50. Again, of the double size.
Well, there's 46 sheets there, so 46 in total.
Yeah, you see, I'm no good with maths at all. But you've got papers in there for backgrounds. You've got papers in there with beautiful patterns. You've got papers in there, if you're not brilliant at inking, there's some papers in there that look as if you spent ages working with your inks. So it hits everybody. There might be one you might go, oh, do you know, I'd never use that scene. Well, turn it over and use the piece that's on the back. There's a different scene, or there's a different pattern on the back of every piece. I've just loved playing with it.
Well,
really
they are
have.
Beautiful 46 sheets, and again, they are not in a binder, so you don't have to tear them out and risk ripping them. They're all loose leaf for £9.98, saving you £4 off the price. 664726 is your item number. Now, the craft along that John is going to be doing very, very soon. Our 3rd ever craft along is with John Lockwood. If you'd like to come along and join in the fun at home, please do order. This is what you need to actually take part in the craft along at home while we're doing it live in the studio. It is $51.95 if you'd like it. It's the John Next Door Honesty Heart Craft Along kit. You've got dies, card, adhesive sheets and embellishments, everything that you need for a 2-hour craft along with John Next Door. It's 28th of April. That's what it is. Oh, so that's close, isn't it? 14 days from now.
It is.
2 weeks.
2 weeks today.
2 weeks today, right.
2 weeks today.
Between 2 and 4?
Between 3 and 5.
3 and 5, okay.
Yes,
So
give people
slightly
time
different-
to have lunch.
Okay, slightly different time to what we've done before. So between 3 and 5 on the 28th is when John will be doing it. If you order this right now, you'll have everything you need to take part. Plus, you also get a £5 discount so that you can redeem against our craft along section of our website for other things that you might need as well. Now, the storage. We've been able to get more stock of the storage. Yes! As soon as I saw this and realised how quickly it was going, I thought, no, please don't run out. And it did sell out. It sold out literally in minutes. And this is something that, as you can see, has got lots and lots of potential. You do get quite a few of the storage leaves inside
you
it
get
too.
5 in there.
Yep.
And you get a pack of 10 extras in there. But the best thing the best way to show you is to show you on mine.
That's perfect for stamps then, obviously.
Because it's designed for stamps.
Yeah.
I showed earlier, this is how, and this literally came off my shelf at home, this is how I've been storing my stamps recently.
Mm-hmm.
I've had boxes and I've tried all sorts. That is not good, and that is literally how I store them. You can actually see, because you can see they're mine because they're not clean.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's useless to me. It really is a mess. What this is, it's some form of special, like, plasticised... It's not paper, it's not plastic.
It's like laminated card, isn't it?
It's not. No, if you feel it's...
Oh, yeah.
It's not what you'd expect. It's not an acetate. But what happens is, the clear stamps, rubber stamps, anything with your mounting foam on it will actually stick to it.
Yep.
But it sticks to both sides.
Ah, right.
And they don't actually... These have been like this for a couple of weeks now, and they don't seem to stick together.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not using anything. So with this, you've actually got in 30 surfaces.
So it's nice that
to
you
store
can,
your stamps on.
You can actually keep your collections together, especially if you've got lots of small stamps as well. Because sometimes you kind of forget what goes with what, and it gets... These are like three-dimensional stamps, so it's important you keep them together, otherwise you'll just lose them.
This is the plate of where I actually started sticking stamps that I found on my desk.
Oh.
That I found on my craft desk just when I've been tidying. So there's one of the media plates. So the media plates stick perfectly onto there as well.
Good.
And again, they don't have to be spotlessly clean to stick. And then what I did, because I could, I punched another little hole in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I made that hole a little bit bigger to add the magnetic sheets in, so that I could use those. So they will fit in exactly as well as...
Yeah, I mean, actually, that's a really good idea, because you can then put the dies from this collection and the stamps from this collection all together side by side. Because it's standard ring binder rings, isn't it, basically?
It is, yeah. All I did was just take my crocodile.
If you haven't got a crocodile, you can do it with a knife
Well,
or a
you can actually
tool.
just take a pair of scissors.
Yeah.
This is what I said at first. And you just make a little slit.
Yeah.
That's all you actually need. Open your folder. And I don't keep doing that just so that I get another set of these. But that then fits perfectly.
And you can see there's quite a bit of width to this folder, so potentially you can put an awful lot of stamps and dies in this. It does have a carry handle on the back of it as well, and it's in a lovely bright blue. You've got webbing around the edge as well for extra protection if you accidentally drop it. It's reinforced. $19.99, but today, if you're a Freedom Club member, you're going to get all 15 of the panels for your stamps inside there for $17.99. And it is a reinforced front and back as well, so it's going to help to keep your stamps and possibly your dies as well, if you want to do that, in tip-top condition. Now, a quarter of the extended stock is already gone, and we think this is all we can get. More phone calls, I'm sure, will be made tomorrow to see if there is any other way that we can get any more, but at the moment, what we've been given, a quarter of that has now gone, and the original stock, to last the whole day, went in the first show.
It did, yeah. I mean, we actually get these are made by Nellie Snellen. I mean, there is a real European feel to this show. It's all very Holland.
Mm-hmm.
So what we've found on this, we've gone through all the stock that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we'll be making calls tomorrow to see if we can get any, but with Easter, it's highly unlikely, if we were able to bring any back on extended, that they would be anything less than a couple of weeks, to be fair, because we've got a big chunk of Easter out, which is the end of next week, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Next
Buy some
Friday
Easter
through Monday.
eggs.
Now, not just for polymer stamps, rubber stamps will be stored on here, of course, as well, equally as well. 15 of the inserts. I mean, normally you have to buy the folder, and then you maybe get 5, and then you have to buy the other inserts.
The folder
on top.
comes with 5 inserts.
Yeah.
We've added the extra 10 inserts into the bundle
And
for
giving
it.
you a discount as well.
Yeah.
So it's win-win-win. 686-737 from Nellie Snellen, and it's 15 panels in total with the storage.
Right, so what I thought we'd do now, I want to show you some of the versatility that we get in this collection with the way that the stamps and the dies and the papers and everything work together. So I've just taken 2 of the papers. You can see what the other sides are. So This is one of the things I really like. Those two papers match really nicely together for that side. Flip them over and they match really nicely for that side.
Beautiful.
They really do work well together. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and I'm going to tear. What I'm doing is I'm tearing. I want this side. So I'm tearing upwards.
So you're seeing the white edge?
So that I see the white edge down that side, down the piece that I want.
Yep.
Yeah. Just going to take a little bit. I'm using, this is Night, which is one of the little Eyes Ink minis, which I think you have on the website. You have these on the website, I think, as a pick and mix.
Yeah, I think you're right. The Eyes Ink inks, I'm sure, are there if you want them. They'll be there as a pick and mix if you just have a little look under Crafts 2, or just put Eyes Ink into a search bar on our website. It'll come up.
Yeah, because I actually looked there the other day to see what the colour names all were.
And those Daubers that you saw John using as well, they'll be on there too, I'm sure.
They're completely out.
Oh, they're really? Sold out?
They are on the water.
Ah, right.
They will be back. As soon as I can bring those back, they will be back, I promise you. So what I'm doing, this is actually using the glue applicator bottle.
Yep.
So, and this is 170 GSM paper. Now, normally, if you look how fine, I mean, you can barely see that line there. If I pipe a line onto 170 onto paper, like that, by now, by the time I'm talking, that would have started to soak in.
Right.
That's what's so fantastic about the craft artist glue.
Now, that's why this sold out in the first show earlier on. Is it the first time we've had that on?
I think it's the second time we've had it on. We had it on before and it sold out when we brought it on last time. It's taken ages for us to get the bottles back and get enough of the glue back, because the bottles that come with it, I've actually got the metal. I've bought these in the past. What you have to do is you have to jam them on, or try and screw them on, or try and work them onto the bottle.
Oh, these
to give you
actually
a
come
fine
attached, do
applicator.
they?
These are already attached with a pin in it.
Oh, great.
So you actually get it like that.
Right.
So you're not having to do it. So it's fine. But this is, I mean, to show you this, I love doing this one. I'll do Dave this time. This is the difference in the glue. If we look there for a start, I've glued that on. That's done and fixed. This is paper. Can you see? No warping.
No.
No warping on the back. That looks like a normal piece of paper.
So is this glue a multi-purpose PVA then?
Yes.
You can use it on anything, masking
Use it
and layering?
on anything at all.
Right.
What we did was, PVA glue is a mix of, the way I class it, is a mix of water and a mix of acrylic.
Yeah.
And depending on how thick you want it, how quickly you want it to grab, and how much you want to pay, you will get a different amount of acrylic and water in there. The more water it is, the quicker it will grab.
Right.
Because the water soaks into the paper, and of course it starts to weld the two together and it goes off very, very quickly. But what that does is that warps your paper.
Right.
And it warps your card.
Which you don't want.
Which you don't want. So what we had with the craft artists, we worked with them and had them to put more acrylic in than anything else.
How many times have you seen people with a glue bottle that's been blocked and it hasn't flowed properly? If that doesn't prove to you that this is absolute premium glue, $9.99 gets you 2 big bottles. There's a lot in there.
Yep. It's 118 millilitres.
So that's 236 mil, nearly a quarter of a litre.
Yes.
Of glue.
Yeah.
Wow.
And normally, I mean, glues I've worked with in the past, the big bottles were sort of the same price as we're doing 2 in the thing, but they was 125 mils in. So
And you
lose about 7.
You decant from the big one into the small
Decant from the big one to
yeah.
small, but can you see it's not running?
No, it's not.
It's not dripping. But my favourite thing is when I turn it over, you cannot see Dave on the back.
No?
Because there's not enough water in there to soak in and make your card wobbly.
So if your glue at the moment is buckling your paper and it's really doing your head in because it's ruining your projects, maybe this is the glue that you need to go for. This is why it sold out in the earlier show at 6. We had a lot of stock because we knew it sold out before. $9.99 gets you 2 of the little refill bottles with the pin and the precision nib in the top, and 2 of the big 118ml bottles. So Craft Artist is in stock now. We've got more stock on a 2-day extended delivery, which is really good news. 447211.
But if you, this is the one I did earlier, and I did Janice's name.
Yep.
But can you see in the small one, that hasn't run at all.
No, it
Janice
hasn't.
and John hasn't run. It's there, and it has virtually matte. But that's raised, that's done, that's like pipe work.
What was that kids show? Janet and John, wasn't it?
It was Janet and John, it was the Bluebird, but the Ladybird books.
That's it, yeah.
But look on the back, even with the time to dry, that's not soaked in.
No.
That looks as if I've got a new piece of paper. That's why I love it.
Okay.
That's why I recommend it with this, and I wanted it on this show.
And you thought glue was just glue? There's lots
Do you
of
know, I
different types.
did.
I did too.
I genuinely did, and I've learnt from working with the craft artist people, I learnt that it's about acrylic and water and about how much you have in there.
It's a science, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, the storage, I've got to warn you, if you want the storage, which is back in stock this hour after frantic phone calls from John after 6 o'clock launch when it's sold out, 3/4 of the extended delivery stock is gone. You're going to get the storage folder with 5 of these fantastic dividers and storage leaves inside it. You're going to get a further 10. And they're double-sided, so your stamps can go on both sides. You'll have 30 surfaces for storage of your stamps. If you want to mix it with your magnetic sheets for die storage, they will go in there as well if you'd like it. But it is going very, very fast at £17.99. May not have any stock of this in the morning the way it's going. 3/4 gone. We've still got over half an hour on this show. So 686-737. And the magnetic sheets, if you want those, you're getting 20 of these, remember, purely because a hole was punched in the plastic in the wrong place. You're getting them for half the price you should be paying. You can easily put a hole in yourself if you want to pop them into the binder, or you don't have to use the actual holders if you don't want to. £9.99 gets you 20 magnetic sheets, and that's 238881. That's also 2-day extended delivery.
So what I've done now, I've just put the lighthouse, the beach house from the die set, and I've put, there's a little die inside here, which I think we can see. There's a die that fits there, which actually is supposed to be for hills.
Right.
But it gives us the most perfect waves.
Oh, okay.
So I've just cut that one. So I'll just take the plates out. Here we go. So,
I haven't seen that die cutting machine before.
No, this is a prototype.
Oh, of something that might be coming soon.
Yes, there is the A4 version from Nellie Stone, I think, available online. But we hopefully will be bringing a version ourselves, so it should be interesting. But very hard to, I don't know if you can see this, I've not used the best colour, but can you see it's actually even embossed in the lines of where the lighthouse goes? Absolutely. I just think there's so much detail goes into this work. So I'm just going to take out the little beach house. Falls out easy because they're coated dies. And I'm just going to take this now and another piece of card, and I'm using a lighter blue card this time, putting that sort of hill die on, and we're going to run that through. So we'll just run that one through. There we go. Now, while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to bring in my stamp platform. Put my paper always in the top corner, because if I don't, if it moves, I can put it back in the same place.
That's the good thing about stamping platforms.
It gives you such good registration. So I'm going to put the little mountains at the back.
Right.
So these come on the stamps included in the set. So I'm going to go with that little range of mountains there. Pick that up. See? Put it back in the same place. But when you're doing this, try and get your magnets as close to your stamp as possible.
Right. Gives it more...
because it holds it
pressure,
where it's going to get pulled.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use exactly the same ink when I remember where I've put it, which was the night.
So this is one of the 3D stamps, is it?
This is one of the 3D stamps. So I'm going to put those mountains over. I'm going to move that down slightly. And this is one of the papers, because I know I couldn't make this sort of paper with the splodges and things. I just wouldn't be comfortable doing it, and I don't think I'd know how, really, to be fair.
Sometimes hard to be quite grungy and random, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Doesn't come naturally.
So there I've got the two sort of mountain ranges stamped on there. Then going to take the tops of them.
Right.
And I'm going to look down and pop that just over the top using the stamp platform.
Yep.
You can create moulds and templates. You know, I'm trusting this. And then this time I'm using a VersaFine, and I'm using smoky grey rather than black. So I don't get that harsh black line. And that just adds
look at that.
the detail on. I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
And you could spend a little bit more time layering it up, but there we go. Just going to take that.
Gentle taps.
Oh, it depends on what mood I'm in, to be perfectly honest.
Could be a big whack, I suppose.
It really could be. And then I'm going to take some of the ink on a dauber, and I'm just going to drag down give me almost the reflection.
So it gives the effect of it being a reflection on water, doesn't it, really?
It does. It's so easy because I'm using exactly the same colour. And then I'm going to grab one of my, which I can never find. I brought my stamp blocks, but I've got these little wave stamps. So I'm going to use them on one of the lids of my thing. I'm just going to put some little...
Are they in with the one-day special, those, or...?
They are.
Yep.
Everything I'm using is in with that. Just put some waves in, and then I'm going to go with, on one of the other sets, because you get everything. That's what's so good about it. That's what's so fun about it. Now, where are we? Which one? I can never remember which set everything is in.
This is where, though, these storage sheets really do come into their own, because you can keep the whole collections together. So you know everything is in the same place. If they're loose in a drawer somewhere or in another folder, you'll spend forever trying to find them, or you probably just lose them. When you've got the three-dimensional stamps, it's imperative you keep them side by side because they belong together. You know, if you lose one or two of them, you've lost the actual impression.
And that's exactly what I've done.
All right.
That's exactly what I've done because I was stamping these before my platform arrived.
Right.
So that's exactly what I've done. I wish I'd had this first before my storage arrived. So we'll miss out that. I was going to put some little birds on it, but I will find them because I know it'll be in one of my demo packs somewhere. So I've got that. I'm just going to take out now my die cut pieces. There we go. We'll take him out of there. There we go. But what you get with this, of course we get the cut sort of wave pieces, but we also get the waste.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is just cut up to these. Always look at where you're cutting from. So what I've got now is when I find my blue, I really genuinely wish I was tidier. I really, really do. I try my hardest. I have storage for everything, and no, I'm still terrible at it. So I'm just going to cut again where I cut out from the blue. There we go.
Lovely.
There we go. So I can just, again, using my glue, and with the craft artist, because it's very, very thick, what you do is you don't keep squeezing, you throw it to the bottom.
Right.
And you'll feel, if you feel that bottle, feel it, hold it at the top, you can feel the glue's in the bottom.
Oh yeah, you can.
Turn it over, you can feel the glue's now in the top. It's not moved down, it's still there.
Yeah.
Let's get it in, throw it down, it's that thick.
Yeah, you can feel
It's
it
like,
jump.
yeah, you can feel it jump down.
Yeah.
It's like ketchup.
Right.
It
Smack
really
it on
is.
the bum.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you do ketchup bottles.
Just like you do with the same.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to overlap that one with the light blue. Yeah. I'm going to put a little thin line of glue just around that edge. And I'm going to take the darker blue and I'm going to change the orientation.
Well, that's effective.
Yeah. Take a little bit of glue on that.
Life on the ocean wave.
Move the orientation. Now these are supposedly hills.
Oh, right, yeah, but there could be waves.
But they can be waves.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. So I'm just going to add a little bit again of the glue on the bottom. We're going to pop that down. Take my scissors from the reverse and trim it out. There we go. And then I've got my little house. So what I'm going to do with the house, this is where your fine nozzle comes so handy. And because the glue isn't overly logged with water, if I put a lot on, it's not going to, you know, on these really fine bits, if I put a glue that's got a lot of water in it, it will start to warp them.
Right.
And it's not going to. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our little beach house sitting on the waves.
Wouldn't you just love a beach house like that?
Do you know, I really, really would, to be honest.
Too.
I think that would be perfect. But you do live by the sea, Dave, so you can't
yeah,
really...
Yeah. I haven't got a beach house, though. But...
No. You've not got one of those little sheds?
No. With the wheels that you just push into the walls.
Yeah, that's...
like the Victorian one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And I'm just going to pop the lighthouse on there and just pick up under here. There we go. Pop them under because my glue's not 100% off yet. And then I'll put my tool in and just
open the door.
Open the door.
Everyone's welcome.
So we open the door. To finish him off, I'm just going to a little bit of glue, and that is enough. Round 4 and line in the middle. That's enough. Onto some mats and layers, and we're done.
How about that? Lovely card. Made with the one-day special that is brand new today and exclusive to us, remember, from Jeannie's Art. Brought to you by Crafts2. You're going to get a selection of dies, stamps, fantastic papers. You've got fantastic scenes that have been decoupaged and die cut for you brilliantly. You've got the cardstock there as well in all those wonderful colours. We'll go through in the centre in a second exactly what you're going to get in the main bundle. That is today's one-day special. It is also on 2 flexes as well, so you're going to get a £30 discount. You're then going to have that discounted price split into 2 if you want to spread it into 2 payments. One today, £34.95. One today and one again in 4 weeks' time of £34.95. And if you're in the Freedom Club, of course, Janice is going to tell you more about it, but you won't pay your P&P either.
Hello everyone, I've got a minute or two to tell you why you should all be members of Hochanda Freedom. Did you know that with Hochanda Freedom you could be saving on your deliveries every single month? For just a £6.97 monthly fee, you'll benefit from unlimited standard delivery, which means the more you spend with us, the more you save. And do you know the best bit? You can cancel at any time. Becoming a member of Hochanda Freedom, you'll also be able to take advantage of our exclusive Freedom members discounts, where you can save anything up to 20% on an already fantastic Hochanda price. Freedom members will also receive our exclusive members badge and Freedom newsletter, which will keep you updated with all the goings-on behind the scenes. Look at all these benefits for £6.97 per month. Over 12,000 of you are already members, and we thank you so much for being part of our family and sharing your crafting passion with us. In fact, I'm going to hand over to you to tell everyone else about your experience with Hochanda Freedom.
I'm a Freedom member, which means I can shop a lot.
It's the discounts and all the special offers you get.
I get special offers, I get special discounts. They tell me when everything's happening. So if there's a special show I want to watch, then it's there.
I'm able to just shop when I'd like.
It's just good to have. Yes, you do save. If you buy like I do, you save.
You see, you could be a member instantly for £6.97 per month with no monthly obligation. So when you want to cancel, you can. Just give us a call or go to our website quoting the item number 888 888. So don't forget you get your unlimited standard delivery, exclusive Freedom discounts, members badge and members newsletter. What are you waiting for? Join Hochanda Freedom today and become a member of the growing Hochanda family.
Thank you, Janice. Now, a reminder of the one-day special, which we launch every day at 6 o'clock, in case you're unfamiliar with that. Let's have a little look at something that's brand new, exclusive. We've never done anything like it before, from Jeannie's Art. Jeannie is the fantastic artist, and she releases a collection every 3 months or so, and this is her latest one. Now, what you've got is a little bit of everything in here, which is why I think so many of you are loving it. You've got these die-cut scenes here. You've actually got 24 individual die-cut scenes in total. Some of the dies that are in the kit will work with the buildings that are here as well. Not all of them, but some of them will. But what you've got down the bottom are all of these dies. There's over 30 dies in total. 30 dies in total. You've got your buildings, you've got your beach scene, you've got your lighthouse, you've got, of course, your barns and all that sort of thing there as well. Wonderful kind of landscape scenes and tree scenes. The waves that we used a few minutes ago, or the hills. These dies, these are matting and layering dies, with the outside die being the most ornate frame. Really different, really unusual. So you can create things like this. So you can have the scene behind it, you can decoupage it if you want to, and then you've got that lovely ornate frame. But again, you've got the matting and layering dies in the hexagon. The other shapes that you've got there as well are the diamond shape, and you've also, of course, got the scalloped circle as well. Probably matting and layering dies in the shapes that you've not got. If you've got the standard circles, ovals, rectangles already, and triangles or whatever, these are a little bit different. So they're in there as well. At the top here, you've then got the coordinating stamps. There are 7, how many stamps? 70. Wow, really? 70, wow. And a lot of these, of course, you can do three-dimensional scenes with, like John showed you with the mountain range. There's also some flowers with like silhouettes, so you can have maybe a base colour first, and then the other stamp on top will give you the detail. So you can do wonderful effects with them. Same with the barn that's just there as well. That's the block colour, the silhouette in the top there, and then the detail for the slats on the front of the barn. So lots of ways of using those. 70 stamps. Down here, we've then got 23 or 24 of the card blanks. Now, they're not scored deliberately, so you could actually use them in whichever way you wish. You can make them into square cards. You can obviously make them into kind of gatefold cards if you want to too. 250 GSM, all those lovely colours. And then you've got 23 double-sided printed 6x6 sheets. Yep, they're 6x6. Some of them are scenes like that lovely. Oh, take me there now. That is, oh, that's like the Maldives, isn't it? Or something like that. A lovely image. And then they're all double-sided, so if one side's not appropriate, flip it over, and you'll have another side that probably will be. 170 GSM on that as well. So you're going to get all of this. Should be nearly £100. About a few pence short of £100. Today, we're going to give you £30 off as the one-day special. 99.89 goes down to 69.89, and it is also on 2 flexi buys as well. So you can have 34.95 on a debit or credit card today. No P&P for Freedom Club members, remember, and then 34.95 in 4 weeks' time. Let's show you some finished samples. This is a lovely card. Maxine's done this one. Love these colours. These shades of green, very beautiful, using the craft card as the background there. And cream and craft card, always a dream to work with. That looks really beautiful, and lovely dimension and depth on that one. Let me show you something else. Here we've got a happy birthday card, but again, using some of the decoupage images. There's a diamond frame with a diamond aperture that's been cut out beautifully. One of my favourites is this one. We did show it to you earlier on. John said he particularly enjoyed working with this. It's almost like you're looking through portholes on a cruise ship out to your next port of destination or something like that. Really lovely. Some more. Let's have another one over here. Let's have a look at this one. Using a little bit of ink, again, to add a little bit of kind of texture and that beautiful three-dimensional looking craft card. That works a treat. Here we've got a gatefold card. The scalloped matting and layering dies have been used there. And there's that image and that scene inside. So lots of potential, lots. It's a complete craft kit in one, isn't it, really? Dies, stamps, backing papers, die-cut scenes, card blanks, it's all there for you. 69.89, and it's on 2 flexis as well. 151451. Have a look at the website, because that'll give you pictures of everything that's actually in the show, as well as in the one-day special as well. If you just want to go for maybe the scalloped edge die, that kind of matting and layering die with the scallop there, that's just £9.99 individually. So some things are available on their own. The stamps are available individually at £9.99. We've got some double-sided 6x6 paper pads, 2 of those for £9.98. So it's cracking value. And there, of course, we've got the storage folder as well with 15 panels. You should only get 5, but you're going to get 15 in there. £19.99, but Freedom members only pay £17.99, and that is absolutely flying. That probably won't be here tomorrow. There's the artist glue that John was kind of raving about earlier on. Buy and try for yourself and see why everyone loves it so much. If you've already got some, you want to stock up, because it does sell out, it seems, every single time we bring it. And then you've got those magnetic sheets. And remember, there was an error in the production where the hole on the actual sheet sleeve was in the wrong place. That's the only thing that's wrong with them. So, of course, they weren't happy. You're benefiting by getting twice as many as you should be for £9.99, just by literally snipping that hole, making it in a different place. Bit of DIY, and you saved yourself.
All you need to do. That's what I think is so fab about it.
And at the end of the day, there's storage. So, you know, you're getting twice as many as you should for £9.99.
Yeah.
Good deal.
I feel very naughty here. I'm actually opening my second... Actually, this is my 3rd version of the paper pads. I've gone through loads of them. But again, I just want to show... I'm going to do a quick card, but I want to show a sort of a new technique that works so well with these. So I'm going to grab a piece of card that matches. I've used 2 colours from the paper packs. Right. These are both the linen. You get this brown, you get this, and these have both come from there. Yep. So what I want to do is, I don't have a trimmer on me, I don't have a guillotine on me. So what I'm going to do is, I've already cut the mats for them. So I'm just going to take my paper, and I'm just going to lay it on and give myself a little bit of a border on 2 edges. Right. Turn it round the other way, cut it. There we go. And that way I'll get the perfect mat for there. See, sometimes there's no need to measure. No, there isn't. When you've got... I know sometimes I feel like I over-egg the pudding, but when you've got really good quality stuff, you know, really good quality paper and things, it's almost like you don't need to. You can almost trust it to do the job for you.
Yeah.
You know, it's quite strange. So I'm just going to lift it a little bit. I'm using the ice ink again, and I'm just using the T and my finger dauber just to go around the edge. And again, that's what I find is important. One of the first things I do with any paper pads that I use or I get to use is I ink them, just to see how they take the ink, because it's, I know there used to be a famous advert, not all something is the same. Not all papers are the same. It's got to be stamped on a sort of virgin card, so a pure white card, but it's got to be a good super smooth, and if it is, it means it takes fantastic ink. And it takes it really well. So that just adds, that looks as if I've done a lot more work than I have.
So basically it has to be an untreated cardstock, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It doesn't want to be with this fancy, you know, finish on it or anything, because then you can't ink it. And again, I know that when I've got stuff from Find It, regardless of which of the sort of designers have done it, I know I've got that quality in there. And I think that's important in a brand.
Totally.
Is knowing the quality and the care that goes into it.
And the brand, you said it then, Find It is the brand, yeah?
Find It is the company. Find It is the company in Holland, which, and all of the designers, because there's 3 major ranges they do, which is Jeannie's Art, they do Amy Design, so 4, they do Yvonne Creations, and they do Precious Mareki, whose name I probably say completely wrong. And they, one each month, there is one collection each month from each of the 4 designers, but they are people that work in-house for Find It.
Oh, right.
So they are in there designing and drawing for them.
Right,
it's not, you know, it's not like, you know, coming from one of the factories. I know when I worked for a department store, well, a sort of store, retail store years ago, in their sort of marketing and merchandising, they used to buy most of their designs from a factory in Italy.
Right.
And they just used to buy the design and then recolour it and change it, which I thought was great. But I love the idea of when you've got somebody who's actually working, just designing this and thinking from a crafter's perspective. So I'm just going to add these 2 panels onto the front. So I've made a simple gatefold card using the card in the pack.
Right, because it's unscored, so you're going to get the chance to score it however you want.
Yeah, there's nothing on there, and this is another piece from the pack.
Yep.
So everything I've used so far has come from the one-day special, yeah? What I want to do is I want to pop a nice little sort of image in the middle, just to give someone brighten their day, but I want them to see it from the front.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is, to start with, now, one of the things you'll find is these are die cut.
Yeah.
So when you pop them out, you'll see that they come out, they've got these little tabs, and you're probably not going to be able to see the tabs on the camera. But there's always little sort of tabs, little pips.
Yeah.
So all I do is take, this is a craft one, but you can use a fine emery board, just along the edge if you really want to neaten them off, just to take the edges off. And I must be honest, this is the only emery board I have, so I know to keep this in my kit in case anyone does break a nail.
Okay.
But again, this is a coated, if you feel the card, that is a super, but that is like, feels like a coated card.
Yeah, it's got a lovely shine to it.
It's got a sheen to it because they want the artwork to shine and look nice, but it's still, because it's printed in-house in Holland, still takes the ink.
It's like decoupage paper, isn't it?
Yeah, but normally that doesn't take any inking.
Right.
But this is just taking the inking, so I don't have to mat and layer everything. You can see there, I can just add that little bit of aging to it. You can see exactly at the top there where it's come
It's
through.
making it look like a sunrise haze or something like that.
Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah.
but it's just adding that little bit so it looks like people go, did you stamp and colour that? Because realistically, that's what we want, I think, is people to think that we've done everything ourselves. So I'm just going to, again, pop a little bit of the craft artist. Again, the reason I say the glue I'm using is because I'm not worried about this, any bit of water in here soaking into this paper.
Right.
And again, when you're doing things like that, you are using things like, I mean, I use a gel to do the decoupage with, but I make sure that it's a gel that will actually work really well with all the papers, that it won't soak in. So I've got my image in the middle, I've got my doors, but I'd actually like a nice frame around that, so, well, how am I going to get that?
Okay.
So
enter the nesting dies.
Enter the dies, but what happens if I decide to cut that die into there now?
It would go right through, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So what I do is I want a little frame to go around it, so I'm going to use a piece left over from that,
Ah, right, got
And
you.
what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put, this has actually got a fold on it, and I hate to waste card, so I've just put point and point to the fold because I'm going to cut this when it's done.
Right.
So I'll do that, and I'll pop that on my plate.
And these, this is the only range I've ever seen that actually gives you nesting dies, and then the last one being a lovely decorative frame.
Yes.
That doesn't happen normally.
I've seen nesting dies, and usually nesting dies are always big sets, and then when they get to the smaller ones, they kind of get ugly. And I don't mean that horribly, but they do kind of go blobby when they get into the smaller ones. These, I mean, I haven't even got them all in here, but they keep that shape all the way down. That's what I love. And you get the beautiful frame. It's almost like, that's the bonus, because you're paying for the nesting dies.
Yeah, exactly.
But what I've got here is 2 pieces of 300 GSM watercolour card.
Yeah.
So I'm going to slide those in the middle, just like that.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to tape my gatefold closed, and I'm going to take my largest hexagon, and I'm going to put it on in the centre so that the point is hitting where the doors open in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to put that on. Now, what I'm going to do with this is, I always say to everybody in any class I do, this is why I can't wait to do the craft along, because I can pass on a load of these tips. You should always die cut longest way and at the side. I want this with the lightest pressure, so I'm going to pop it almost in the middle.
Right.
Plate on, and we're going to run that through.
Do you know who's doing the craft along with you yet? Have you got members of the audience?
No, but I know that it's, I know which shift it is.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So I know the possibilities.
Right.
But I don't know who's doing, I don't know who is being subject to my teachings yet.
Well, some of us, you see, work over both shifts. So that could get confusing.
I never thought of that. So that's actually, because I've got the extra layers on a little thick, so the machine's rejected it. So I'm going to take out one layer and put it back.
Okay. That's the beautiful thing about electronic die cutting machines. If you have done something wrong or it doesn't like it, it doesn't just break, it returns it and tells you,
Yeah, and it just smoothly does it very quietly and just pops it back to me. So.
Now, while that's cutting, let me just remind you, the storage, which is just here, with those 15 storage sheets, limited stock. And even though we're not on Freeview in the 7 and 8 o'clock evening shows, we're still incredibly busy. Lots of you are putting these in your basket. Maybe you're watching us on the app, or you're watching us online or on Sky or something like that. You normally would get 5 of these in the storage file. You're actually getting 15, a bonus 10. So you've got 30 sides of storage for your stamps. You can also, if you want to, put your magnetic sheets in there as well, so you can mix and match your stamps with your dies if you want to too, because it's got a lovely, nice width to it. So if you just see here how wide it is, you can get a lot in there. And you've got a carry handle on it as well. £17.99, freedom price, delivered for that price, and we are now down to the last less than 10% remaining. And this show is the show that gets repeated overnight as well, so if you're trying to order it and it's sold out, all I can do is apologise. We're going to make some frantic phone calls early in the morning tomorrow to see if we can do anything about the stock on this, but it doesn't look hopeful, let me put it that way. 686 737 if you want the Nellie Sloan stamp storage case with 10 refill panels, 10 refill panels and 5 that's in there already, so there's 15 in total.
You know, I struggled with that name for years.
What, Nellie Sloan?
Nellie Snellen.
It's not easy to
took
say,
me
is
a
it?
long time to get that right. And I used to cut Nellie Snedden and Seddon and Nellie Sellen.
It doesn't trip off the tongue easily.
It really doesn't. And I've met Nellie, and she is a lovely, lovely lady. I love me. The people from Holland are so nice and so friendly, and so serious about their crafting and the quality that they insist on. So this has gone through now.
Yep.
So what I've got and then is, there's my aperture. Cut in the middle.
So how many layers of card has that gone through?
So it's gone through 2 layers of card on the paper.
Yep.
Yeah. It's given an impression into the watercolour card, but it's not affected the back at all.
No.
So if you can see in there, not affected that at all.
No. I like
I've got
it.
my little aperture. So I've used then, because they've got the frame, and to me, that's nice, but it does look basic.
It needs something, doesn't it, to give it a bit of a lift.
And this is where the beautiful sort of spring frames come in. So I'm just going to just flick it out, comes out so easily. And again, if you are one of those people who will do it, you can piece back in all these little flowers. They're perfect butterflies, perfect flowers that are in here. Little dots, you can do it all.
I know an awful lot of people that would absolutely love to do that. Some people haven't got the patience, some people love doing it. It's very kind of therapeutic and relaxing.
To me, I am very much a life's too short, although I did find myself on a die I've got coming at some point, because I have to test them and make samples very early.
Yeah.
I did spend an hour piecing pieces back in because I thought, oh, it just looks so nice like that.
See? Did you surprise yourself doing
I
it?
did, actually, because I'd always said life's too short for that. So if you can see that, I've just inked around it slightly, and all I'm going to do is again take my fine glue applicator, and if you can you see, I mean, Andy's a star with this one, you can see how fine those lines are. Look how fine I can get that glue.
See, the last thing you want is to have a lot of glue that's going to squidge out when you put that down onto the cardstock. You can be as accurate and as precise as you like. Have we still got stock of the glue? We have,
what
haven't
you don't want is you don't want it to soak in.
No.
So
Details for the glue, you get two 118mm tubes of it, which is nearly 1/4 of a litre of glue, plus the fine tip bottles too.
And always make sure you put your pin back in.
Yeah.
The fine tip bottles, you get 2 of them. They've got the silver already attached.
Yeah.
So you're not ramming that on, and the pins are still already in there.
Like it.
So all I'm going to do then is just pop this around that frame. There we go. Give it a good press down to adhere the glue. But
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that card's not going to open now.
None of
is
it's leaking out. No, because all I do then, take my scissors.
Give it a snip.
Snip. But how much nicer does that look with the frame on it?
Right,
It's
isn't
got
it?
a real, and it looks so 3D, but it's not. It'd be better even if I held it the right way
I thought it was upside
up.
down, yeah.
Yeah, but of course then I could use some of the decoupage sheets and decoupage into there.
Well, remember,
I've just got that. But that, to me, looks like I've spent hours at it. And during this show, I've made 2 cards. I've never done that.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Now, I didn't realise that we actually had 2 boards to show you here as well. These are the die cuts that you could be doing using the dies that are in the one-day special, the outbuildings, the stables, the beach hut there, the lighthouse as well. But all of these shapes here for matting and layering, and then you have the kind of pièce de résistance, the finishing touch is that wonderful ornate frame to go around the outside of the aperture that those dies have cut. And don't throw those away. They are the negative or the positive, call them what you will, but they are useful in their own right too. 151451, then it is your one-day special. Just to show you everything that you're getting, there's a picture that shows you everything. Loads of dies, loads of stamps, loads of 6x6 double-sided papers and cardstock as well. The cardstock is unscored, so you can make them into really whatever size and shape of card you want. The images at the back, they are die cut. So there's a lot here, and this is part of something that we'll be bringing you, I'm sure, more of in the future, but it's the first time we've brought it. Jeannie's Arts from Holland, from the Netherlands, £69.89 from Find It Media. You're getting, remember, for that price, a £30 saving, and you can have it on 2 flexes, so it's only $34.95 to spend today. No P&P for Freedom Club members, which hopefully you are. Everything else in the show, check out our website. You'll see them there, including the storage, which I think went limited stock, didn't it? Yeah, so we've still got it live coming up to 9 o'clock, but will it still be there on the repeats? I've got my doubts. We'll try and see if we can do anything about that tomorrow. But John, thanks ever so much.
No, thanks, Dave. That was brilliant.
Good to see you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you bright and early for Good Morning Hochanda at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Have a nice night. So some favourite shows, a chance to see some shows that you may have missed before. Family favourites, Cool Cats.